Hello, chat. Hope everyone's having a good day,
Hi.
good night, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Oop. Wrong tab. But I hope everyone's having a great one. I am thinking about torturing you all with this really quick, so give me 2 seconds, and then we can all suffer together before we suffer properly.
Is it the trailer for what I think it is?
It may be the trailer for what you think it is. So just really quick chat. Fun thing has come out today that everybody is united in hating, which is called Lesbian Space Princess. So chat, we're gonna watch the I guess it's a trailer.
Yeah.
I think it's time you realize who has the power here.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Oh God! Oh, this is the most painful and horrible death anyone could ever experience! Oh God! Why me? Why?
Bro, I said kill the lesbian, not the thespian. What the heck, bro?
You can hear they sound the
It's
same.
like worse Rick and
I
Morty.
mean, I know this is my argument, but I'm pretty sure you said thespian.
I don't think I did. When I say kill the lesbian, I'm talking about quite specifically her. And you know that. You do this. You team up and you pick on me.
lesbian.
Fucking, I swear to God I didn't. And if I did, I apologise.
Now who's the lesbian, hey?
What? No. No. Do you know what a lesbian? Do you know what a lesbian is?
Yes.
What?
They get on stage
No, that's a thespian.
and date someone of the same sex.
That's a lesbian.
Well, that's a lesbian thespian.
That's a lesbian.
No, it's a lesbian thespian.
Just kill the lesbian. Just kill the lesbian.
Every lesbian in the whole
Why do the
world
bad guys have the better jokes?
No, and I never would. Either way, we're getting off topic. And I would like to kill
I shouldn't be laughing at the thespian joke, but it's actually funny.
Yes, and that's what you wanted.
I
Yeah.
thought you said
No.
lesbian.
No. I think it's time you realize.
Anyways, chat, I hope you're all very excited for Lesbian Space Princess.
Oh, man. Oh no, what is it? From what I looked into, it came out last year. Everybody's uniting for a movie that's already went to theaters and left. That's how bad it is.
Oof. Thank you, Internet Zen Master, Lesbian Space Princess, and the satire of Golden Axe. Netflix really want to piss off everyone, don't they? I've not seen like a single clip of Lesbian Space Hunter that didn't make me like groan internally.
I saw the trailer earlier because I'm like, it can't be that bad, and I'm just like, oh, like the actual trailer is just really cringe and bad. Listen, I'm just waiting for my favorite cartoon YouTubers to cover how trash it is, or how or how people don't want it to become another fixed situation again. Either way, I'm gonna be entertained.
I think the first time I actually saw a tweet with it, the person said something along the lines of, "I'm a lesbian, and I think this made me straight."
Oh yeah, I saw several comments for that.
But chat, let us get into it. I have picked, not Kendra this time, I have picked us 3 terrible videos. And we're going to start, so with the last 2, I know for a fact they're terrible. With this first one, I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to find out together. So you guys are my testing ground on this one. Also, thank you, Barachagato. I can see those white block guys being one-offs on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. True.
Yeah.
And then Will Spain says, this is the gay version of those little white blob aliens from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Same type of voices, too, except Aqua Teen Hunger Force is actually funny.
Well, you see, that movie is clearly British, and British humor died a long time ago.
Fair. Anyways. First video is called Short Stacks, Lollies, Dwarves, and Petite Women Explained.
Oh, no. Doesn't go either way.
In case you guys didn't know, we'll be at Anime NYC this weekend, on Friday and Saturday, dressed like this. Come say hi if you see me.
Good evening, Pookie Bears, and welcome.
Also, I don't know why we showed the VTuber model for like 5 seconds just to immediately go to like IRL.
Is he a VTuber? He might be one of those like people that just have like the cool avatar still.
Possibly. Also, I don't... His name is Xeno Husk, so I don't know why it's called Nigma University. Because the first thing I think of is that he's trying to get around another word that I can't
Oh no,
say.
100%. I'm pretty sure he's obviously trying to do it. Listen, you gotta laugh out of me.
University. I'm your professor, as always, your Timu Professor Lando, Professor Boss. And today, I am joined by my lovely Twitch chat. Chat! Say hi, chat. Say, you guys say fucking hi. Yeah! Yeah, chat, say hi! Yeah! Short stacks today.
Are you ready, Kendra?
It's not as cringe as I thought. Clearly, he's showing genuine incitement instead of how people will just fake it and everybody can tell.
Sup, my enigmas.
Listen, it's your Sigma Enigmas, and he's cringe. So far, it's more like he's cringe, but he's free. We haven't gotten to the actual bad part yet.
Today, we will be discussing the difference between short stacks, lowlies, petite women, and dwarves, okay? But first, we gotta figure out what a short stack even is. Now, a short stack, by definition, is a woman with a shorter stature who tends to have a more curvy and more well-endowed physique, okay? Short stacks tend to have more prominent chest and thighs and hips, okay? That's where the name short stacks come from, okay? And they're usually shorter than 5'4". They're on the shorter side, okay? Almost legally classified as the as a little person, okay? Now the thing about
Fair. Why do you just keep showing artwork of goblins that is Patreon censored? I feel like you could have found other examples than just what's in your porn folder.
No, you see, chat, opie lollies are a Japanese thing. They call them opie lollies.
I don't
for
believe opie
their
lollies are a
language.
thing.
We call them short stacks. There's a difference.
Chat, I'm going to blow your mind as somebody that has watched many an anime. The only time in Japanese anime where they use the word opie lolly is when they are openly mocking somebody who is upset about being short. People can try and trash me on this all I want. You will not find a single example of them using the term opie lolly in a genuine way to describe somebody. It is exclusively used as either an insult or a parody. You will never find them use the word as a positive descriptor for a genuine character.
So basically Uzaki, but we call Uzaki the opie lolly because they don't call her that in the universe. They just say, man, you have nice tits.
She would be under short stack. She is short and she is stacked. Yes, like Hestia.
Yeah.
It is exclusively used as an insult for Hestia. It is never used positively.
What is it? Somebody mentioned Icon Club. No. You have to remember, Icon Club is a parody of just harem in general. You are not supposed to take that little girl or any of the characters in Icon Club seriously. There's literally one girl whose defining character trait is having the largest stacked breast in the entire show and eats bananas as a sexual joke.
Yep.
You are not supposed to take that seriously.
I will stand on business. Opie lollies aren't real, and I will not take them seriously. Thank you, Wolfsbane, for the member for 3 months. Is 1, too much? Okay. 2, anyone care for Bleach spoilers? Don't be spoiling stuff in the chat for people. And then Internet Zen says, rapid fire Hoodweeb takes. Oh, great. As if my day couldn't be ruined more. Hold on, Squiggas, the oil baron needs to get his alcohol for this. Professor Bust is at least mildly amusing. Opie lolly is a tag. That's it. Fair.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I
Like
do
NTL.
feel like he's definitely just pulling shit from his porn folder, though. So calm down, Valsh.
Listen, at
short
least he
stacks
admits it.
is-
True.
Short stacks is, when talking about short stacks, it's all in relation to their body type and their proportions. It's not even about age. Age isn't even a factor when discussing.
I can already predict what's gonna happen because you mentioned age. As soon as you mention age, I'm like, I know exactly where the fuck this is going, and I don't like it.
It's like, brother, you were all listen. You had me amused. You had me for the first half. You had me for the first half. Unfortunately, I think you're gonna say you're gonna get unbased real quick.
Discussing short stacks, okay? Now, short stacks often get confused with another type of archetype, character type, fucking lollies, okay? Whoa, now, chat, chill out, okay? Gonna give you a quick definition. Lolies are characters that are sometimes underage, but they tend to have appearances that are more childlike and youthful, okay? What the fuck did I put as my definition? Their whole stick is, what are you guys saying? What the fuck? Okay, you niggas are acting like we're talking about crack and Kana, okay? I'm giving you the fucking definition, chill out, okay? They tend to have...
I can tell exactly the kind of audience you guys have. We can't be having this. Zeno, we're not listening to this. Get it off. No, just no.
Yep. So far, I'm gonna let him continue. But so far, it doesn't seem like it's him, but he's definitely, unfortunately, got that tourist anime audience.
that is your chat, brother.
There's like that is the worst audience to have, because you'll have like normal anime takes. Come in with a controversial take, everybody does a 180 on you.
Also, chat, yes, he does have snake bites.
Have more youthful characteristics and appearances, okay? Regardless of their age. Their age doesn't matter. It's just they look like little kids, okay? Look like little girls. Okay, that's what a lolly is. Now, lollies also often
get out. Leave Kana out of this. Get it out. What is your chat? Is this like actually the kind of chat you enjoy having? Like, what is this?
It's Twitch chat. Mizu, you know Twitch chat's only obsessed with Twitch thoughts.
I guess.
And barely disguised pool fetishes. Of course they're not going to understand peak. It doesn't matter if you sexualize Kana or not. Everybody can recognize peak, but unfortunately these guys can't.
Thank you, Jerome Morgan. He doesn't want to admit that all of these descriptions all point towards lolly. Most people hate the term lolly because they can't separate fiction from reality. We give him his chance, his day in court, as it were.
confused with another type of women. Lollies and petite women, their definitions often overlap, especially on Twitter.com, because when it comes to anime women, anything that doesn't have Gigantamasaurus boobies is immediately seen as a little kid, okay? And
that's where you kind of get into the problem, is you're like stuck on this kid definition, which has never been like a specific aspect to lolly. Lolly is just like the short moe girl. Really short, flat moe girl.
Heck, most mainstream lollies are actually just adults.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kana is like one of maybe like the few exceptions.
She's actually on the lower end of lolly, like getting close to the bottom end before it goes out of what Westerners would consider lolly and into toddler con, which is not a word in Japanese, by the way. They don't make a distinction.
Yep. Like, what is it? Like, most mainstream ones are like Tatsumaki. Well, back in the day, Rory from Gate. Any character from nope, not any character from Fate, because Fate's still a niche.
See, I think what really throws people off is when they go from Kana to Frieren, because Kana is probably on the lowest end of lolly you can get, whereas Frieren is on the oldest end of lolly before you move out into just like petite anime girl.
My thing is, I don't understand why people even say Frieren is a lolly, considering that series is right there and she is an actual lolly.
Yeah, I think because Frieren is just on the high end, specifically because people have already conceded that Rory is a lolly, and I would actually say Rory looks older than Frieren, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always funny because they go like from one end to the other. And it's like, yeah, it throws people off because you're literally on the two furthest opposite ends, in my opinion, of what a lolly can be. Instead of showing some middle tier examples.
Yeah.
The biggest distinction when it comes to petite women is that the difference between them and lollies is that they appear and act like adult women and are not childlike, okay?
That has never been a thing for lollies. It's never been a requirement for lollies is to act like an adult.
If anything, they don't act. What is it? Most lollies, they are adults. It's just the fact that because they're treated youthful, and we know this because real women who are short like this have said this, they get away with more childish behaviors because they are short. That is literally it. That's the whole thing of lolly. Older women who get away with childish behaviors, not they are a child. Again, Kana is the exception. And only reason why is because she's considered a child in dragon years.
Yeah. Or like, because we have this character, right, is the one I always bring up, because she's from Certain Magical Index. She is literally a middle-aged chain smoker who spends basically every night getting drunk. Because she's a teacher, and being a teacher is fucking rough. Especially because she teaches, like, the delinquent children. Canonically, like, she teaches the children that suck ass. So there's no part of her that acts like a child other than, like, her outfits. But I've seen adult women wear the exact same outfits she wears. She just has to buy them in kid sizes.
Yep. Listen, I've even seen like Instagram artist stories of people being like, why are you in the kid section? And it's like, that's the literal only thing I can wear as a size 0, which is a real size.
Yeah. Thank you, Wolfsbane. It's more that I want to complain about Hoodweebs due to Bleach fans bringing back the Big 3 war again, but it's a spoiler, so I'll just glow. It's actually funny that the Big 3 are now back in the news again, because One Piece is never left, Naruto is back with Boruto, and Bleach is back with more episodes, so...
I mean, I've been seeing the whole time, my timeline, anytime Bleach has come up in the past couple of days, it's just, Orihime, stop aura farming, stop aura farming.
Ugh. And then thank you, Internet Zen. The phrase ravioli, don't lewd the dragon lolly was created because of Kana. That was 10 years ago. So far, the professor might be confused, but he's got the right spirit despite the Hoodweeb debuff.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much my same opinion.
Confused, but he's got the spirit, and unfortunately, his audience sucks ass.
Again, he's one of those he's clearly one of those people who is like, yeah, I like anime and I talk about anime. Say anything that is deeper than iceberg level 0. Get it out of here, guys. He's lost. He's a lost cause.
Yeah.
That one guy who like bought like a Shugo Chara figure, and immediately people in his comments were like, you clearly want to sexualize the Shugo Chara character. Fully clothed, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody was just like, what is wrong with you?
Okay, they just tend to have shorter and usually flatter characteristics or some shit. I don't fucking know, dude. Fuck. And there's one more thing I feel the need to mention, and that is dwarves or little people, whichever term, don't use the M word, they don't like that, are people that suffer from the condition. I don't know if I should say suffer since it's a condition and a lot of them be balling, but that have the condition known as dwarfism. And they tend to be under 4 foot 10 inches. That's what classifies you as having dwarfism, okay? What do you guys say? Okay, you guys are geeked out right now. And now that we've identified
So to clarify, by the way, being under a certain height is not what classifies you as having dwarfism. Having dwarfism is what classifies you as having dwarfism, because it's an actual condition. It's not a size chart.
All I'm saying is that there was one person in his comment that just immediately said nugget.
No comment.
of the 4 types that we're going to be talking about in this video. Now, it's time to lay them out on a chart. However, before we do that, it's time to talk about today's lovely sponsor that keeps these lectures coming, Mahjong Soul. Mahjong Soul is made anime characters. Just dropped its massive missions and an animated Bao, Leia, and Rod. Completing missions gets you event illustrations. So for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it. Now, behind me, as you can tell, we have a scale that goes...
Why is he yelling? He probably does not have his mic balanced correctly for doing something like this.
Yeah. Usually a lot of people that do, what is it? Some people usually have like the microphone on like their shirt. He doesn't look like he has that.
Oh no, he's definitely got it on a desk or something.
Yep.
He's that dude.
I can't blame
Should
him.
I know him? Should we know him, Chad? Is he like a thing?
Was he in a YouTube ad? Did the sponsor take his voice and use it to promote their ad? I've known they do that sometimes.
I've seen that model before. I don't know on that one, brother. Thank you, Wolfsbane. The easiest examples of range of them is Maho Sensei Nagima, which has all of them. Go read it. It's a really good harem manga turned battle shonen. Yeah, that sounds about right.
that's
Why does he look like Sneeko?
no. Sneeko looks ugly.
Fair.
From childlike to adult, okay? And we'll be laying out each of the individual characters.
Okay, so we're doing like a chart. So me and Kendra are gonna have to decide if he's placing them correctly.
Oh no.
On this list, starting off with short stacks. Now, just for simplicity's sake, we're just gonna put short stacks smack in the middle, okay? We're gonna put short stacks in the middle because they have both qualities that would seem like an adult because of their, insane figure, but they have shorter statures, which would make them appear somewhat.
You can't do a chart like this and have short stacks on it. That doesn't make any sense.
Also,
then it's just a height chart.
Also, do you really want to make a chart like this and put dwarfism on here?
Yeah.
Childlike, and of course on this side we're just gonna put lollies because that's simple. And then on the far side we're gonna put petite women because petite women are literally just adult women. They act like adults, however, they are short. The thing,
I don't know how you're gonna place shit on like a sliding scale for this. This would be more like having 3 boxes: lolly, short stack, petite women, not like a sliding scale.
This is gonna be interesting.
Because what if you have a tall, regular woman who's not stacked? And then she's not a petite woman, but she's not a short stack either. So, like, where does that go?
Listen, all I'm saying is put that 9-year-old from Dokuro-chan on here.
People in chat still doesn't like it. This stream is going downhill fast. Although you do have this base person on the bottom. If she bleeds, she breeds.
Listen, somebody said petite or peak lolly.
Yeah.
Peak stature.
My favorite one has always been, if there's grass on the field, it's fair game.
Stop putting me in the short staff section. I ain't on there.
I think you're Zen. Well, at least the dude isn't holding the clip mic like so many of these idiots do. I'm with Kendra. He's definitely handsome mogging Sneeko, as the kids would say.
about petite women though, and the reason why they get so much flack is because, now this could just be my hypothesis, but people are not used to seeing petite women anymore. Shorter women that are below 5'5", that are on the more slender variety. People aren't used to that. We're all used to Gorlock the Destroyer because technically speaking, statistically, 70% of the US is overweight or obese. So you don't get to see petite women all the time. So if you don't see a woman with an insane figure, you're just going to associate all petite women with looking like little kids.
Okay, so a couple things. Being petite doesn't have much to do with your weight. As long as you are just a healthy weight, if you put two people side by side that are both an equal healthy weight, there is a complete toss-up if it's going to be a short stack, a fully grown stacked woman, or a petite woman, because all that matters is they have a healthy weight. You don't just get shorter because you have less weight.
There's also the fact that people got to realize some people just look like that. Sometimes you can be the most healthiest, get as much muscle and all that as much as you can, and you'll still just kind of look like that.
Yeah.
That's just how life is. It's almost like we spend an entire decade talking about how everybody looks different around the world. And come the 2020s, you can only fit into these three categories, guys.
This is also like another issue I see, because he says, well, the problem with petite women is that we just don't see them that often, and that's why they get so much hate. No, they get so much hate because people have convinced themselves that lollies are literal children. Therefore, if a woman looks like what they consider a lolly, that means that they are a literal child.
Not only that,
like, you have
but you
to
also
call
got the
out.
fact that not only that, but people do see these every day. People online, however.
Yeah.
Chat, can I get an amen in the chat? Chat, fill the chat with amens if you think I'm fucking spitting. Amen? Yes, sir. Give me those fucking amens. There are a couple things I'd like to bring up. Now, there's this thing that's in between lollies and short stacks that are called oppai lollies. Now,
No, they're not. We do not humor oppai lollies. Also, a oppai lolly would necessarily be a short stack.
Yeah.
There's zero effective difference.
Like, and if you were gonna really like in that point, if we really want to, like, what is it, like a good example, Tatsumaki lolly, if you were to put her any higher than that, I'm just gonna call you stupid.
Yeah.
Like, she's not even petite woman. She gets called that in universe. She's made fun of and made cuter in commercials because they want to sell more things. She's lolly.
Exactly.
this is your fucking Alulus from Dragon Maid or whatever, where they are technically underage characters, because I think she's like 17, and she would technically be considered a short stack if she were an adult, but because she's under the age of 18 and has gigantic bazongers, she would be considered an oppai lolly, okay? Oppai literally just means boobs, and
no, we're not doing she is an oppai lolly. I do not believe in oppai lolly. And again, your chart doesn't make sense.
Scale Dragon Maid. It doesn't make sense also to the fact that, like, you can't scale Dragon Maid characters outside of, like, Kana, because they are literally thousands upon thousands of years old. And the fact that everyone looks like that in Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
Face and all.
Also, Alulu's whole thing is that she just doesn't have good control over transforming herself. Because you would have to think Kana. People tried to make it an age thing with Alulu, but Kana is necessarily younger than Alulu by a long ass amount, and Kana can perfectly transform just fine. There's literally no problem for her.
Yep.
It's just Alulu sucks ass at it.
Yep. 17-year-old child, like, yeah, that's another thing where people be like childlike, and it's a literal child.
The last small woman people saw in Hollywood was Ellen Page. Fair.
We're not.
It's Elliot Page now.
I feel like you can put two and two together. Now another one is called a legal lolly. Now these are your girls like Tatsumaki and stuff like that are technically of legal age, but at the same time they still look like fucking lollies. Because as we established before, lolly isn't a term used for age. It's mainly associated with body type, like all these other ones. Okay, petite women just act more mature. Short stacks are just short but have crazy proportions, and lollies are just characters that look like little girls and have.
He just showed 3 lollies in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would consider Labrava a short stack.
I would consider Labrava a short stack. She's more chibi-esque than Lolly.
Yeah, her whole design is weird.
Yeah.
She literally
Like,
does not fit in the universe she lives in.
Yeah. Ironically enough, that's her plot point.
Yeah. So she's kind of a hard one there. I kind of put her more on the lolly side.
I'd say at least like Labrava's short stack, only because she does have the hips and the boobs to pull it off. And then again, the only thing about her is like she's chibi-fied, even like by My Hero Academia standards. But outside of that, at least he understands. At least he's putting Tatsumaki in her place.
Yeah, she would be a legal lolly. Although you do have somebody in chat freaking out saying legal lolly? Question mark.
Yes, Guardian. There is such a thing as legal lolly. Somebody just got into anime post 2020.
Also, to clarify, for a couple people who may be confused, legal lolly is the adult lollies. Lolly Baba is specifically the old woman lolly. Like the, oh, my back hurts kind of bullshit. Not like just a 30 or 40-year-old that looks like a lolly. It's specifically the old woman trait, which is the Baba part. Chat saying you're lolly Baba.
I'm not that old.
Legal lolly came out like years ago. I don't know why we ended up coming up with a different name for it, but it's been that way since I got into anime.
it's also just used as a joke and stuff. Nobody took it actually seriously.
Until today.
Post 2020, however. Exactly.
Thank you, Internet Zen. Says only character who might work for Oppai Lolly is Yusaki. And no, Ruki is more petite than Lolly, but it's been a while since I looked at Bleach. Ruki depends on who's drawing her and when.
Yeah.
She is, again, at next to Frieren at like the very tip-top tier of Lolly, where you can make an argument either way. And again, in her original appearance, I would argue that she looks younger than Rory, and everybody agrees Rory is a Lolly. Except me, I kind of think she's out of the tier.
I think it's also sometimes like how they're like drawn art style wise, because like with Rory, if she was made like in a more modern anime, oh yeah, no doubt about it, they would have obviously lollified her to crap. But like, yeah.
I don't get
that was the name.
Because I'm pretty sure most people here have seen her, but I will pull up a picture of her just for people who haven't. So this is Rory Mercury, and literally everybody I've ever talked to has said Rory counts as a lolly. If she looks younger than Rory, I think the average person would consider them a lolly. Because I argue that Rory is so far to the edge of what a lolly can be that personally I would almost not consider her one. Which is why I kind of say that Frieren's close, but I genuinely think she looks younger than Rory.
Yeah. Even in her manga other appearances, still kind of looks similar to the anime one.
Yeah.
The proportions of little girls. That's the only distinction. Now that we've laid out each of these definitions.
People are asking, so Rory is from an anime called Gate, which is apparently just a Japanese psyop to convince you to join the Japanese military.
Yeah. They came out with a new season, but it's literally about a different cast of characters. So if you love the characters from the first season, just watch that one. But if you like anthologies, watch season 2.
And put them on our line chart. Now it's time for an alignment chart, another chart, so we can break down where certain characters would fall in these distinctions, okay? Now,
Chat doesn't know Gate. I mean, what a bunch of tourists. Kate, look, Gate is old at this point. We need to acknowledge that some of us are old. Some of us have back pain. Gate is old.
Listen, it's an old series. If Hellsing is still considered old by today, recently so is Gate.
now, I have a list of about 10 characters that we're going to be laying out on this here alignment chart, okay? So, starting off, we're going to put Frieren. Now, Frieren, Mrs. Frieren, she is an adult-coded elf woman, okay?
She is very much not adult coded. She is constantly crying and bitching and moaning about everything.
If anything, because you got to remember, shonen anime, that means Frieren is technically the age demographic of her audience. She is a literal teenager by her own world standards.
Yeah.
That's why she cries and moans and stuff all the time. That's why she was even taken on as an apprentice by Seer, and why she can blend in with Stark and Fern. Called a child several times.
Yeah, so she is not adult coded. She is child coded. And we're just going to use his terms for now, though, chat, so everybody knows what we're talking about on the list. But yeah, she acts like a child.
However, she ain't got no yams, chat. She's like, I probably put Frieren, okay? I forgot how to spell Frieren. I probably put Frieren.
Using your own chart, I am putting Frieren, like, way down here in the bottom left corner. Using your chart.
Yeah.
What about you? Where would you put
she
Frieren?
is described... still definitely child coded, because again, like in universe, they even say, what is this child doing? Literal child.
Yeah.
Oh.
in like this quadrant because she's not curvy at all and she's not very like child coded. She's short, but that's pretty much it. So I'd probably put Fearin. I feel like she would go about right there. I feel like, because if you recall, she ain't got no yams. What are we talking about? Petite, poor girl, a Lulu next twin. Okay, let's do a Lulu. Okay, a Lulu from Dragon Maid. She is a short stack. She is very curvy. However, she is more childlike coded and she's not 18, okay?
I would actually argue that Alulu acts older than Frieren.
Yeah. I mean, considering the fact that Alulu has a job.
Yeah. Like, Alulu comes in hot when she wants to kick the shit out of Toru, but after that, like, she's fine. Like, she's actually very normal, all things considered.
She gets a... Quite literally, the whole thing with Dragon Maid is the moment after everybody comes in and beats Toru and then gets a job. That's literally pretty much just Dragon Maid in a nutshell,
True.
outside of the Yuri bits.
So, Frieren should actually be opposite side of child-coded, and Alulu, I would probably put her maybe right in the... She's definitely in the top right, if we're using this chart. But I'm thinking a bit more towards the center of the adult child coded, because I would say you could argue that she's like a teenager.
Yeah.
And then for
like,
curvy, I would probably put
teenager.
her at the top because she's intentionally meant to be like ridiculously curvy.
Yeah.
So Lulu's like top center for me.
Yeah. I would have said dead center. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, because of the whole curve part.
Yeah.
She's underage, so I would probably put Alulu. She's definitely on the higher end around this area. And I forgot how tall Alulu is. Somebody look up how tall Alulu is. 4'3". Yeesh! She is short. Okay. She's 4'3". So height-wise, so we probably put Alulu around right here. Because she is very curvy, okay?
I have to do this really quick. Because this is something I think he forgets. Probably shouldn't do that. Did they say she's 4'3"? She is only a foot shorter than the average Japanese woman.
Yeah.
So especially if you consider her a child, it actually is not that weird that she is 4'3". That's actually probably normal size.
Yeah, remember guys, in the land of the West, unfortunately, we are the freaks.
Yeah. Does it have like an age chart? Yeah. Oh wow, that's funny.
They are getting taller. They're getting taller, but this is it's a slow process. Something about nuclear fallout.
Actually, as they get older, it looks like they're getting shorter by like a massive margin.
Oh.
The meme is... I'll send you a picture of the chart, by the way, because I don't think it would do justice.
Oh.
But this is the height by age of Japanese women. And I'll pull it up in chat, too.
Yeah. yeah, that sounds about right.
Here you go, chat. We start up there, and then they increase in height a little bit between 25 to 29, and then they just kind of drop. It's really funny, honestly.
It's that Christmas cake height I've been hearing about. Oh.
However, she's short as hell. I feel like technically speaking, if she was a legal adult 18, she would be a prime definition of a short stack. Now, let's do Nami from One Piece. Nami.
She's just an adult. Why is she on here at all? What?
There's like... Are there lollies in One Piece?
I think technically...
Like... I mean, like, because, like, One Piece isn't even, like, it's not even, like, one of the real otaku-type series anyway. Because you gotta remember, like, most lollies and stuff are, like, an otaku-adjacent type series. And, like, One Piece doesn't predate it but it's usually outside of it because it's considered the mainstream anime.
So there's only two I can think of, and you're gonna have to forgive me, chat, because I don't watch much One Piece. But one of them is Sugar, which is this girl, which I will send over to Kinders. So Kinders knows what I'm talking about. And then the other one is, I can't remember her name, but it's one of the pirates who is a part of the worst generation with Luffy, I believe.
Are you talking about that one pink-haired girl with the lipstick?
Yes, because I believe she, her gum fruit lets her, like, change her age around.
Yes, Bonnie. Yes.
So the only ones I can
Technically
think of really are Sugar and Bonnie. Which also, my bad, I meant to put Bonnie on the screen as well.
Sugar, definitely. Bonnie, I think Bonnie's at least like a toss-up a little bit. But I can still see it.
So yeah, just these two are the only ones I can really think of, which it's kind of weird you didn't use either of them, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Miss Golden Week, yes. Miss
I
Golden Week was
remember
from
where
Girl
everybody
Play.
had like these weird week-based names.
Yeah. It was for it were like code names. We found out their names eventually, but like they were the cold names. Cold names.
So just for chat, this one's Miss Golden Week.
Yeah. She is actually older than that, chat. She wanted to fulfill everybody's dreams with her paint.
Yeah. But yeah, we could have used any of those, but we're using fucking Nami for some reason.
Yeah.
Nami is a very curvy adult woman. Nami would be going right about up here, okay? She acts very mature.
We're
She's
not putting her
clearly
higher than a Lulu. Shut the fuck up.
I'm just confused why Nami is even here. Because she's like, this is a lolly thing. Like Nami's just not it.
Wait, I want to go back an inch and see if I can see his chat.
Nami is.
Oh, somebody said crazy how we all gooned to Fuda.
Oh, what? Oh, somebody's already bringing up 7.
Elaine.
Is a very curvy adult woman. Nami would be going right about up here, okay? She acts very mature. She's clearly an adult.
Who is we?
A lot of curves, crazy curves. So should be going in the top right quadrant, okay? Now Tatsumaki, for example, she acts adult-ish, okay?
No, she does not. They literally say, "Who is this bratty lost child?"
Here's the thing. She does act like an adult, but the problem is that no one takes her seriously because number one, she has a very massive ego because she is short, and because she's very short. She throws a tantrum just like Frieren, but like less, actually more than Frieren.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, she technically acts like an adult. But as soon as you question her on anything, she flips her shit. Like, and she throws an absolute tantrum.
Literally one of the panels that was going around a while ago was how she was freaking out because they made her cuter for a commercial. And they were like, "Did you AI generate me into this cute, adorable child? I'm calling my agency."
She acts very mature, but at the same time she doesn't. And she's 28 years old canonically. I think she's between like 5'7" and 5'1" because she doesn't have an exact height. But she is more child-coded and she doesn't have as much yams as some of the other people on this list. So I feel like Tatsumaki would go like damn near towards the middle. Who's another one we get?
On a scale from curvy to less curvy, how are you putting Tatsumaki in the middle? What middle exactly is there? You have more argument for Kana to be in the middle because she's got thick thighs for some reason. Tatsumaki has nothing.
I think it was really. I think she has at least some thigh.
A little bit of thigh.
talk about Rebecca. Rebecca from Cyberpunk.
Where do we think he's going to
Oh,
put
this is
Rebecca at?
This is gonna be a fun one. This is gonna be a fun one.
I think she's going to go in the top right.
This is going to be a funny thing because this is going to be dependent on, is he going to use the character sheet of Rebecca or the actual canon size of Rebecca? Because for some reason people don't realize that the character sheet is just so that they can lay out the character properly, not an actual depiction of the character sometimes.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. So we'll see.
I'm thinking he's putting her in the top right.
Edge Runners is another perfect example because she literally is an adult. I think she's like in her like early 20s, okay? She is technically an adult. She's on the flatter side. She doesn't act very childlike, okay? And you see her without her clothes on like 2 or 3 different occasions in the show. It'll be on the screen now. You're gonna be seeing it now. She does not have a very child-coded figure. She's probably rocking about like solid like D-cups, tops. What do we think of Chad? Short people, she is short stack on Kurt. Now granted, she does have some lolly characteristics like a bigger forehead and bigger eyes.
Is that what we're going for now?
What is the B cup in the room with us right now?
You have to understand, a lot of guys don't understand breast sizes.
That is not a B cup. That is like maybe like AA.
That's why Rebecca, it's a really weird fucking middle ground. It's almost like Tatsumaki. So Rebecca would probably go somewhere in the middle too. I don't know. Would we say Rebecca's curvier than Tatsumaki? This is a tough.
Yes.
No.
I think she is. You think she's not?
I think like with Tatsumaki, she basically has kind of like the same, except with the hips that are slightly skinnier than Tatsumaki. Like you can argue like Tatsumaki, full A, Rebecca, nah, double A, a little bit of thigh compared to Tatsumaki.
So if I'm putting this chart right, on Tatsumaki, I've got her more on the left side, maybe not like middle ways, kind of closer to the center, but then I have her down at least halfway. Because I think she's pretty flat. With Rebecca,
Okay.
I have her... actually probably have her more in the adult section, honestly. Like, yeah, she's very loud and boisterous, but I don't really think there's a time where she's not an adult. You know, or she doesn't act like an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have her probably more in the adult side, but I have her probably only a little bit above Tatsumaki. Probably closer to the center. Because I think she's a little under, like, average woman, but I still think she's kind of more average woman, like, build-wise.
Yeah, I'd still put her probably, like, she's not far off from Tatsumaki, but I'd put her like a little bit below.
A little bit below?
Yeah.
What about on the child to adult scale?
Definitely adult coded. I mean, girl was feeling up literally is like a prostitute. Literally felt up a guy first episode, and this girl is nothing but an adult.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants.
Thank you, Internet Zen says, who invited Nami to the lolly cookout? Archmago says, this man's bad graph is making me mad. Curves cannot be negative. Thus, the bottom of that graph is just wasted space and will mess up his clustering. Internet Zen says, Tatsumaki's attitude is either serious adult or childish temper tantrum, ultimate brat. And Noir says, to be fair to this guy, I've seen anime say everyone has C cups, and they look like full-on boulders. You'd be surprised how big you can go on a C cup till it becomes a D.
Yeah. Listen, I still remember one time I read this one comic, we'll put that in air quotes, and literally the title said, girl has an inferiority complex because she has A cups. Everybody was like, where the A cups are in the room right now because the breasts were literally the size of like a maxed out bowling ball.
Yeah.
Tough lecture, dude. Okay, Rebecca's right there. Now, who's next?
But Rebecca is more childish than Tatsumaki, the actual prostitute.
Yeah. Like, again, like Tatsumaki freaks out a lot more, and she it just doesn't make sense. It's just weird.
I'm pretty sure one of Rebecca's tattoos literally
Especially-
says like dick or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because there's a chart. Yeah, it's the one around her thigh. Apparently, it's a reference to one of the creators of like a sci-fi author. But it's just funny because it's just the only part of it that's actually legible just says dick. The first part of his name is illegible, so she just has a tattoo that says symbol dick.
I'm like pretty sure they did that on purpose.
It's possible.
It's like, listen, she's already a prostitute. Might as well go all the way with it.
Next, Kana. Kana's fucking easy. We're just more up. Kana's an easy one.
No, she's thicker than Tatsumaki. Have you seen
Yeah.
Kana? She is intentionally drawn to be like thick.
Like, if you're familiar with the author at all, he knows how to draw thick women. Like, like only an outlier, quote unquote, because she has huge bowling balls. Quite literally, this author draws nothing but thick women, skinny guys.
Trying to get the So chat, canonically, this is Tatsumaki, who, yes, I will give some of you, she does have the birthing hips. But then this is Kana, who he just gives her like plump ass thighs. And there's so many like scenes in Dragon Maid where they like put a ton of emphasis on how thick her thighs are.
And keep in mind, this is just her in her normal outfit.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the swimsuit collaborations, the animal themed ones, the normal standard character sheet that animators have to follow if a character is just standing there, not being animated.
Yeah. Like, they have intentionally given kind of the thick thighs.
One like the Lulu and all the other ones, very childlike, very flat. I mean, the thing about short stacks in general is that any character that short can be turned into a short stack. How like any character in general can become a short stack. You just gotta make them shorter and make them extremely busty. Beatrice from ReZero, she's technically a legal lolly. She's fucking what, 300 years old, but she looks like a little fucking kid. So we probably put Beatrice, I'd probably put her like right here, since she acts more mature than in comparison to Kana, but she is still basically a little girl. Same with now Poppy from League of Legends, a bona fide.
I don't know why people insist on adding yordles to the lolly discussion. They're like just literally not human, and they're like a 1.5 feet tall.
They trolls?
I mean, they're their own race of creatures. Let me see if I have I know what it's called. So
Also, this is about anime characters.
this is a character called Graves holding up a yordle in front of another yordle. I'm sorry, chat, it probably looks weird on your end now that I'm seeing it. But yeah, this is Graves holding up the yordle Corky to the yordle Tristana. That is what yordles are. They're like these little freakish creatures. They're not human at all. They're not remotely human. I don't...
Yeah.
If people always insist on adding them to this discussion, I don't think it makes any sense to have them in this kind of discussion.
In this case, this would be, again, like the La Brava argument of they look like that in universe. They're not supposed to be lolly. They just kind of look freakish even within their own world. and that's why I wouldn't classify her or these characters as lolly, because they're just a creature.
Yeah. And like everybody in their world acknowledges them as problems. Like in this particular cinematic, he's talking with one of his friends because he's like, I caught a yordle, like I can sell it for a ton of money. And his friend is like, I don't mess with fucking yordles, dude. They're nothing but trouble, and they bring nothing but like chaos and problems. So you're on your own with this thing. Like everyone acknowledges what yordles are and how much of a problem they are. And they don't look human at all, other than like the overall body shape of 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head.
Yeah.
Short stack. Now, if you've seen Art of Poppy, she's thick as hell, bro. However, Kama, she's also a knight and doesn't act like a little girl. She's quite literally a bona fide short stack.
So he's actually wrong on this. He might have been right years ago. Also, sorry, I forgot to swap back to my watch together one. He might have been correct on this like literally years ago. Like unironically over a decade. Poppy has been rewritten since then. Now she's kind of like a ditzy valley girl type. She just, because her whole thing is she's got like this big hammer and she's supposed to find like the human hero to wield the hammer. But she doesn't realize that she is the hero, which is why she can wield the hammer so well. And that's like part of her stupidness, is like she's running around beating the shit out of people with this hammer, doing like right by people that she sees, but she isn't able to figure out that, oh, I can use the hammer. That means that I am the hero. How old is this video? 2 days. So he has no excuse to not know this if he knows anything about League. Poppy's like a ditzy girl. I would actually probably put her more center. I wouldn't say she's super adult.
Yeah.
He is a short. Fucking. We probably put her like. We probably put like Poppy like fucking right here.
We're not putting her that high.
Let me.
You've been staring too much at the Poppy fan art.
Yeah. Because he pulled up like her art. So I know skins in League of Legends are not necessarily canon, but they do give you other angles of the characters, right? So like their body types are supposed to be the same. So one of the best ones to see, and I'll send it to you, Kendra, is called Firecracker Poppy. This is what he's saying is thick.
Yeah.
Very thick.
What I'm saying is you actually would have been able to argue that Yordles are more dwarfism than like what?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, so he's been looking at way too much Poppy fan art because there's nothing thick about Poppy. In fact, as far as I can tell, none of the Yordles have like developed breasts. Like none of the female Yordles do. And it seems like it's a very intentional design decision that none of them actually have breasts.
From League of Legends would go right there. What about Rukia? I feel like Rukia is like damn near right here with Firen.
No, she's not. The other direction, yeah. She's probably closer to Tatsumaki, though. Like, across the board. Also, why are you saying that Rukia is less thick than Tatsumaki? Have you seen Rukia?
I have not.
Have you not, actually?
I'm not that big into Bleach. Every single time I see Rukia, it's immediately followed up by Orihime.
Fair play. But here's a normal artwork of her. Official, like, release artwork.
Okay.
Because somebody else in chat said, who is she? It's this girl. Who we are putting as, like, substantially less thick than Frieren. Which I'm not saying she's thick. But I'm saying, or, like, substantially less thick than Tatsumaki. I'm not saying she's thick, but, like, they're literally
anything,
almost the same character.
If anything, I'd put her, like, even below Frieren.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just literally, that is just, like, you could say she's short, but I wouldn't call her, like, I wouldn't even call her like lolly short. That's literally just a petite woman.
Yeah.
She makes about as much sense being added to the list as Nami.
Bro watches too much R34. Yeah, like I don't understand why any of these people on here.
Well, when you're a porn brain.
They're both flatter women, but they both act very mature and act like adults and are adults. Okay.
Also, Rukia is one of those characters that, like Tatsumaki, is normally fine, but if you get her upset, she will literally pitch a fit like a toddler.
The one thing I do know about Rukia is the fact that she forced herself to be in the closet of the MC, which usually, when that trope is applied, shows that they are very immature.
Oh, I think, like, canonically, she is a teenager. Because, shonen.
Yeah.
So they probably, like, this whole quadrant is literally just petite women central. This is like where the petite women live. This is where like the actual lollies live.
I'll never get over the fact he put Rebecca below Tatsumaki. I'm just not gonna be able to get over that.
Yeah.
Like, you put the more childish character is the one that was introduced jacking a man off and half naked, compared to the character who her first introduction was somebody saying, "Who is this bratty lost child?" It's such a bizarre choice.
This is where more short stack and legalized and opie lollies live. And this is where, like, pretty much anything above here is short stack central. And then right here is petite women central. And this is just lollies. Okay. That's pretty much the quadrant. But yeah, that is it for our lecture.
Is that Makima?
Makima?
Is
What?
that? I can't tell if that's like a K and an I together.
Yeah, that is Makima.
That just like randomly appeared in the cut. Why did you put that up there?
I'm guessing. I'm guessing. I don't even know why Makima.
Why is she lower than
Yeah,
Nami?
No. I can understand her being lower than Nami, but like, why her and not like Rize?
Yeah, Rize would probably make more sense. If we're trying to be like in between, because now we're just like throwing up adult women on there and being like, this is a normal adult woman. Okay, why is she on the chart?
Like freaking Rize fits all the criteria. If we're really going with Poppy, freaking Rize should be here, not Makima.
Yeah. The point of like charts like this, because me and Royan have done a chart like this for Femboys before. The entire point of charts like this is to either choose characters that are super borderline, so you were forced to put them into a specific category, or choose people that are extremely popular in this discussion. Nami has never been brought up in the lolly discussion, Poppy's never been brought up in the lolly discussion, and Makima's never been brought up in the lolly discussion.
If anything, they've been making Makima thicker.
Yeah. This entire top quadrant has literally never been brought up in this discussion at all. So I don't understand why they're being included in here. And because you put all of them in the top right here, you clearly don't think they're like a hard decision to put in these bottom three.
Like none of the women are even petite. Like you can't even argue. Like, you could have actually made a petite women tier, and you just didn't. You just said, "Well, Freeman and Rukia are," and it's like, no. Rukia actually would have been as just like an average looking girl. Like you could argue that with Rukia. Freeman also the same, but really we could put her just in the left category. Really, you could just swap this list with so many times to make like an argument for in like some way, and just try to remove Nami and Makima because no one's ever considered Nami a lolly. If anything, they just want to know if she's a gold digger or not. That's not a hard decision to make.
Thank you, Wolfsbane. Tatsumaki's sister had to take most of the curves because Tatsumaki got most of the psychic powers. Also, Rebecca has more butt but less thigh. Fair point. Internet Zen says, as someone who didn't watch Dragon Maid, Kana has thick thighs to the point she's chubby. I wonder where Kana from Inuyasha would fall in this chart.
Kana, I'd say the lower tier. The lower end.
Fair. And then Palestina says, Rukia is also really into bunnies.
lecture students, now it's time to do the aforementioned Kahoot, okay? If you're in my streams, then it's time to play Kahoot. If you're on YouTube, well, then that's the end of the lecture. Maybe I'll throw in a Kahoot clip or something here or there. Who knows? Thank you once again for coming to today's lecture, Pookies. And thank you for Mahjong Soul for sponsoring this video. And I hope to see some of you guys
What is
at Anime
Kahoot?
NYC. Is Zeno the greatest
Oh,
professor?
wait, you've never
This
heard of
should be an
Kahoot?
easy one. What do we?
I've not.
Have you never seen Kahoot?
No.
Oh, Kahoot is basically like it's basically a quiz, pop quiz type show. Like you write all the questions and all that type of stuff. It's kind of like Gartic Phone, but more typing than drawing.
I'm good.
It's more for like students and stuff with their teachers and stuff. After school activity.
So what do we think of the chart and his takes?
So far, I would say this video isn't infuriating. He's got the spirit, but he's pretty confused.
Fair. So if we're gonna rate our 3 videos, 1 to 3, 1 being super tourist and 3 being, I think you're probably really into anime. Would you probably put him at the 3?
I'd probably put him in 2.
I think he's the 2.
Yeah.
Fair.
He didn't like completely dismiss it, because that's the thing. If they completely dismiss it, then that's like your top one, your absolute tourist. But he actually tried making an argument even when chat was trying to fight him.
I should probably make it a bit further. So we'll do 1 to 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how tourist are we? With 1 being the super tourist and 10 being no tourist at all. Although chat was pretty on board with you, most everybody was saying a 2.
Yeah, I'd say I wouldn't put him in like 6 or 6. I'd put him at least dead center middle. Give him like 5, maybe 4, but mostly just because his picks were bizarre. I'd say dead center 5.
So it seems like the big assumption is a 4, although there's also a lot of 6s. So he's kind of up there for some people, and he's kind of down there for some others.
Listen, guys, listen. It's just because we've been beaten down by tourists. Don't let this be like a you're going back to your ex. You've been given a sliver of hope after he didn't dismiss it outright. That's why I say dead center 5 at least.
Teddy Anon says, "I'm an American. 6 is still failing." So we have our next one, which is about the recent Miku thing, and it's called "American Artist Ruin Everything." Miku, I consider Miku anime related. We're considering Miku anime related for the purposes of this stream.
Oh no, Miku's always anime related.
Yep.
Pretty much anything Vocaloid is anime related. There's nothing but weaves in this space.
Oh, it fucked up.
I feel really misrepresented on Twitter.com today.
I'm so sorry, Miku-chan. We can fix this. Don't
This
worry. I
Cole?
will handle this.
It's the fact that I recognize this YouTuber.
You do?
Yeah, he likes. What is it? He's an artist who frequently collabs with Narami.
Yeah, his name is Cole.
Cole usually Cole's kind of hit or miss.
Well, we're about to find out if he's hit or miss.
Listen, he's usually hit or miss in animation, in like his usual animations, let alone anime. So let's find out about that.
What happened to Miku being canon? What happened to all Mikus being canon?
Can we also talk about like his sound quality, which is something I normally wouldn't do, but for those of you who don't know, this guy is a 600,000 subscriber channel.
From the animations.
Yeah, I feel like your sound quality would be better.
It's post like TikTok, all them type of animations where they're like, well, we don't want animations with the YouTube content.
Oh, Kendra's cutting
shorts
out.
creators, unfortunately. Oh, what is it? They're more shorts creators, so they're not gonna do that because they don't realize they have to.
Mm-hmm.
Narami also had that problem for animations too, so I can't like blame them for that unless you really just hate shorts creators.
Fair.
Like Spider-Man. I thought the Miku verse was like Spider-Verse. In the Spider-Verse, there's what, a horse spider? And then there's like another spider, and another spider, and another spider. But
Just so you're clear, the Spider-Verse thing is supposed to be a meme. You know, like, oh, there's so many other Spider-Men. Like, there's a horse Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a meme. It's not supposed to be, like, seriously.
The thing is
Because
there are
this
some of
Miku-
them that are
because this-
serious, but there are some of them that are serious. But it's like, do you really want to include Peter Porker into this discussion?
Yeah. But, chat, you're about to see what Miku drawing we're talking about.
Miku is fat and black.
This shares no resemblance to.
Oh,
This is what we're gonna defend, by the way.
chat, I want you to know that there have actually been creators who have made like black Mikus that actually look good. This ain't one of them.
Yeah, we're not talking about just a Miku who is black. We're talking about this one.
Because this feel I'm witnessing.
Also, we need to discuss this
This
too.
actually-
Or I need to pitch this to Kendra. Because, you know, everybody, when they do a Miku for a different country, they try and make it look like the predominant people of that country. For some reason, Twitter artists, when they say, I'm going to make an American Miku, always try and make her black. Not an African Miku,
Some of
an American Miku.
Yeah. I would say it like depends because I remember when like the whole like it was going worldwide with it where people were making their own trends. Some of them did actually make like a normal American Miku, and then some of them made like a cute black Miku. It could go like either way. Unfortunately, those black Mikus didn't get popular. Retweeting them to death.
I also think there is, and Kendra can probably would agree with this. When you are making a different version of the same character, there are rules as to how much you can change about the character before it just
Yeah.
doesn't look like the character. So with Miku, it's
Nah.
typically accepted that you can change her hair because even though the twin tails are iconic, there are a whole bunch of different canon versions of her hairstyle. And it's typically accepted that you can sort of change her skin color. We have that with the Brazilian Miku, so that's fine. You can change her outfit, but if you're going to, you can't change multiple parts of it. So they have changed everything now, but her hair. So you have to be like, is
Yeah.
Miku recognizable by having twin tails alone and nothing else?
You gotta also realize, chat, in like the Vocaloid space a couple of years ago, because I'd had like a talk about this with like Roy a while ago. There was a one for Magical Mirai where it was done by the artist of Lamb, and for those that don't know, Lamb was the artist of Vox Akuma from Niji Sanji, and nobody liked that Miku because of the way the twin tails were done. People flipped with that Magical Mirai version, at least in the EN sphere from what I saw.
Yeah.
If people didn't like that version, and that was the closest you could still get to Miku via Japanese side, this is basically the other end of that. It doesn't help that this looks like a fetish piece.
Yeah. I would also argue, because somebody in chat already mentioned it, when it comes to making a different rendition of the character, you really can't change too much about the body. The body has to kind of stay within like a certain range, I think.
Yeah, because you've got people that do change Miku's body like here and there, but she's still, but like even like she won't go larger than maybe like I guess maybe like a C or D cup. And even then, her like thighs would be only like slightly pudgier. But this, again,
Yeah.
this is just fetish piece.
Thank you, Internet Zen. On the last video, he said solid 6 out of 10, 6 out of 7 on a 10 scale. More weeb than hood. Fair.
Yeah.
Baracho Gato says, "Oh
Okay, somebody-
Lord, where's Uncle Ruckus when we need him?"
Someone else said the exact same thing as me. Was
What?
thinking this looked like Lizzo.
Somebody in chat did say Hatsune Lizzo. Thank you, Internet Zen. Damn it, Mizu. Now I need to break out the hard liquor in the words of Gunny from Full Metal Jacket. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Ironically enough, if Lizzo actually cosplayed Miku, it would look less of a fetish. I keep saying it, but it looks like a fetish piece. I'm sorry.
There is only so fat you can make a character before somebody just assumes it's a fetish.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, chat, fat is not pretty. Chubby can be pretty, but like actual obesity just looks nasty to everybody.
Yeah.
And then Artemis says that's just Lizzo pre-GLP-1. Noir says this looks like a racist caricature.
Miku at all.
Sometimes I hate Twitter. Some days I hate Twitter. Sometimes I love Twitter because I get to have a think piece, but I get to show my face. And I don't get to hide away behind a Twitter account. You know, I like to think whenever somebody complains about art, I'm like, sure, you have all free range to complain. You can be mad that a certain store doesn't have your favorite ice cream.
I think his lip piercing is off-center. Like, for a minute, I thought it was just rotated a bit to the right, but now the more that I'm looking at it, I think it's actually pierced off-center.
It is by like a smidge.
But it's noticeable enough that I can see it.
Yep.
Just get, like, snake bites, dude. Also, I don't think I've ever seen anyone pierce through the actual, like, lip. Normally when you do a lip piercing, it's in the skin under your lips. I don't think I've seen anybody pierce through the lip itself before.
Modern pierce.
Just go to a different ice cream store. If you're sitting here complaining, God, this ice cream store never makes the flavor that I want. If you have something to say, then do it yourself. If you're doing this for free, why would you do it for free? Like, get a blue check mark behind your account. Maybe you'll have some resemblance to Hatsune Miku.
You are so weird. Like, what is this guy?
I told you, Cole was always 50-50.
Just stop complaining, bro. It's Twitter. I left like a comment that said this looks ugly and walked away. Do you think that's actually equivalent to me consistently going and buying from a store that I think sucks? It's a fucking tweet, dude. They always say this with Twitter. It's like, I don't understand, like, why you spend so much time engaging with this. It's like, how long does it take for you to make a tweet? It took me like 5 seconds. I was scrolling, I saw it, I hit reply, this sucks, send, and I kept scrolling. Took me less than a minute.
I can understand if it was like the same person comments to call this garbage, because I have seen that before. That's when you realize, yeah, you should probably pull back. But like just normal, like, this sucks and I'll burn my eyes out. They just said that and leaved and likely muted or blocked them.
True. There's an ancient
Also,
cosplay
this
photo
one,
of
and
a
if it's-
black guy cosplaying Inuyasha. Dude was much closer to the character he was cosplaying than this. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh no, I was saying like, you know what I forgot?
It whooshed.
That's what. Yep.
Thank you, Start Now. Guess I have to check my language. The walls have ears. How are you? Not too shabby. That's my token white boy for you. Some people have seen the picture. Really quick, I could show you guys because I made I know not everybody likes AI. I spent like over an hour on this because I thought it was a funny idea I had in my head, and I had to put it to paper to some degree. So, chat, while I was bored today, I made this. It came out so much better than it had any right to.
There I am. I'm staring and contemplating my life back there.
And I just included it with a tweet of how many black friends do I have to have before I'm the token white boy and they're not the token black person.
Exactly. No, Mizu. Well, here's the thing. Akko is the honorary black person. You've always been the token white boy.
I was genuinely surprised how well that came out, by the way. Especially with so many people. I was expecting it to explode at some point. As it has a tendency to do. Mizu's the diversity hire. Yeah, I got in here by DEI chat.
The way this is phrased is definitely pandering to a specific audience. Really adrenaline boosting to see people only like you think the way you think. And then wrapping it with a bow and saying, I just hate all fun. You can do that. You can hate all fun.
That's a joke. Somebody said, "Oh, are you the fun police?" And he probably replied, like, "I hate all fun." That's clearly a joke. It's meant to be taken sarcastically. I don't know why you didn't know that.
Yeah. But listen, life would be a lot simpler if people just stopped taking the internet seriously again.
Yeah.
Contributing nothing. I mean, come on, are you getting paid for this? You get at least be like those on Twitter that at least get.
What? Did we drop a slur in there, good sir? What was the bleep for?
I'm pretty sure you just said MFer and then just badly edited the bleep in.
I'm going to pretend it was a slur.
Well, he does have the pass, so maybe.
Thank you, Wolfsbane. Why do they always make it so the tongue is out? Yeah. It's a weird thing they do with the pictures. Thank you, Winter Dragon. This isn't one person constantly complaining about a single store. It's hundreds upon thousands of people having the same complaint about the same store. Also true. Wolfsbane says, must be a Gen Z thing. My Gen Z coworker just got the same piercing, but it's actually centered. It's the same with bad face tattoos with no cohesion. Never get your face tattooed. Piercings you can at least take out. Never get your face tattooed.
Don't be like that one guy who tattooed Miley Cyrus on both sides of his face.
Yeah. That probably looks so bad.
Oh, no, it did. And then Miley saw it and she was like, oh, I kind of hate it.
Thank you, Baracho. You're so brave, Mizu. I would have kept the windows rolled up and kept driving.
But he's the white boy in the neighborhood, so it's okay.
Exactly.
He's invited to the cookout.
Paycheck for spouting some. You doing this for free? I wouldn't do this for free. Thanks to you, you add monetary value to me. For free. You're working for me. I love Black American Miku. I love the style. I love this artist. They're incredibly talented. Their style is their style. This was just an art.
It looks really bad. This is the thing that gets me with some of these people, right? Is when they do this. No, actually, I think it looks beautiful. No, you don't. I know you're lying to me. You don't believe that looks beautiful.
No. This is beautiful by TikTok, DeviantArt standards. And again, even from his profile, you can tell he at least dabbles in a little bit of fetish.
Yeah.
Like, again, we had like a ton of cute black Mikus. This one just popped off because it was ugly.
Yep.
Was posted. There was no, I fixed it. This person cannot have fun. This person cannot have fun.
Just so we're clear, that's still technically an I fixed it. Because it's taking somebody else's character and saying, I'm making a better version. 'Cause that's why I've changed literally everything about it.
Yep.
I don't understand the benefit of trying to ridicule anyone.
The word you're looking for is ridicule. I'm not one to like. You guys know I'm not one to harp on pronunciations because I can't pronounce Japanese words to save my life. But ridicule? Have you never heard the word ridicule before?
This is why you have alternate takes.
For it. I guarantee you, the artist had way more fun creating this than.
It just not look like the representation of Hatsune Miku.
Then make it. Then make it. I grew up an avid lover of Hatsune Miku. I grew up wanting to wear the two ponytails on my head. I wanted to feel like Hatsune Miku.
You're pretty gay, bro.
I could drop Cole lore, but I'll refrain.
Fair. Also, how do you know he had more fun drawing it than I had fun making fun of it? You don't know that. I could have had a ton of fun making fun of it.
Do I look like Hatsune Miku? I could be. I could be.
No, you couldn't.
I could be Hatsune Miku. How would
See, right there, cute Miku, cute tanned black Miku.
I specifically hate it because it's that Facebook wine mom shit.
Oh no, 100%. But like, it's way cuter than what we saw.
Yeah.
you know? Because in some alternate universe, like the Spider-Verse, I thought, you know, I sometimes I think that can be transferable to other mediums of genres.
I don't really like it, but I like this one better than the other one because this one doesn't feel like a fetish.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you're showing a bunch of other black Mikus, and it's like you don't see why these are more accepted than that.
Yeah.
Like people have drawn chubby Miku or like plus size Miku before. It's like if you've been around Vocaloid long enough, you've seen enough Mikus. But the reason why that one sucks is because it's a fetish. It's not that hard to understand why.
Also, I think I would like this one better if it kept the sort of twin tail design by instead of giving her fro, it gave her afro poofs. Like two, just on the back. Because it sort of keeps like the twin tail idea. I admit, because even though I think you can change her hairstyle, I am a sucker for the twin tails.
Listen, you just want to be a twin tail.
Yeah.
Of creations of, you know, for fun. I know every Miku is canon, but why you make her fat though? I'm just asking. Sorry. I know every Miku is canon, but why'd you make her hair purple? Sorry.
That would unironically probably be a genuine question.
Number one,
the neon blue is kind of like her thing.
If you're looking for purple, I guess the closest one would be the Ghost Rule Miku, but like that's an alternate outfit.
Yeah.
That's why her hair is purple.
Like if Miku does have a different color hair, she's got like a whole like stage set up for it. She's got an outfit, she's got the stage, it's for a specific song. Even then, those like extra designs aren't typically the more popular ones. The alternate Miku designs typically keep her hair color or make it a little lighter blue, maybe a little closer to white, but it's still like noticeably that bluish color.
Yep.
I know every Miku is canon, but why'd you make her skinny?
What? You know, like, regular Miku is like a fucking twig, right? Have you seen regular Miku?
Sorry. I know every Miku's canon, but why is her name Cole?
No, fuck you. Get your self-insert shit out of here.
We've had different Miku's name. Listen, we're not getting into the Evilest Chronicles. We've already had that travesty.
Yeah.
But it's like that's not the same, bro.
Why is he using a Deku voice? Dude made a whole video just because you commented on a post. I didn't comment on a post, it's somebody else's.
Sorry, I had too much coffee.
Fine for all characters, but that's just not Miku. That's just not Miku.
Not even hating on the design.
So this person says, it looks good, but that's a different character. The only comparison you can make is the blue hair, not even the O1 tie. At this point, just call her an OC, she's not Miku. Which again, is something I said earlier, there's only so much you can change about a design before it's just not the same character anymore.
Even people who like change up the outfit, they still try to add like specific details. Like obviously the O1 tattoo is just iconic. Everyone tries to incorporate it somewhere on the outfit, even if they cover her shoulder, because it's the number one.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't the first.
A lot of them try to keep the tie motif, even if they make like a little baby tie. A lot of them really seem to like the disconnected sleeves as well. Which, granted, I like the disconnected sleeves.
Yep. They try to add the magenta where they can. And even if they, like I said, even if they change everything, they make it in a way that you can still tell that's Miku. Like the Bloodlight author when you made Party Junkie.
Yeah, if you gave that design to somebody that and you didn't have the text on it that said American Black Miku, they wouldn't immediately register it as Miku. They'd be like, I don't know what this is.
If anything, they would probably register it as more of like, is this a Lizzo cosplay art thing that you wanted to do?
The only comparison you can make is the blue hair. Not even the 01 tie. At this point, just call her an OC. She is not Miku.
F*** do you call Brazilian Miku? What do you call all...
Brazilian Miku looks like Miku, but tan. Like, she's literally the same size. And what are you talking about? What do you call Brazilian Miku? She kept all of the main Miku stuff. What?
I'm like looking up Brazilian Miku right now. Brazilian Miku is definitely an example of, oh, I changed most of it, but it's still, you can still register it as Miku.
Yeah.
And even some interpretations of Brazilian Miku still try to add some of those features back.
Exactly. I think this is probably a good example. I'll copy the image and I'll paste it to you as well. Because a lot of times they'll put the Brazilian flag on our shirt. This one actually replaced the flag on our shirt for an actual jersey number.
Yep.
Which happens
Signature
to be the 01. But like, most people can look at any Brazilian Miku and know that you mean Miku, even if you didn't know Brazilian Miku was a thing.
Yep.
All these alterations of Miku. I didn't know the Miku police.
The Miku police.
I didn't know the Miku police was in town. I get it. Anime in New York City is happening today. New York City, in my city. Watch out, guys. Be safe. Be careful with those Hatsune Miku cosplays. You might just end up on a Twitter post.
Be careful with the New York subway. You might just end up stabbed in the neck because everybody in your city is a fucking criminal. I have to say that because it annoys me so much. Oh, be careful of the Miku cosplayers. Brother, I've seen like shit that happens on your subways. Be careful that you don't get killed while you're in New York. God.
Of somebody who doesn't want fun.
Again, I would get it if there's a blue check mark next to your name, right? Because that's what happens, right? You see the people who say rage baity shit, and you're like, I'm so mad. Then you see the blue check mark, and you're like, oh, they just got to pay rent. We got a comment saying, a drawing so woke it loops back to being racist.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Mark, and you're like, oh, they just got to pay rent. We got a comment saying, a drawing.
You failed to censor it.
So mad, then you see the blue check mark and you're like, oh, they just got to pay rent. We got a comment saying, a drawing
Their name is Rimaru at add here _00. How'd you fuck that up? Why didn't you just censor the actual image itself before putting it in the video?
I wouldn't be surprised if this was a rushed video that they made, and it's just kind of like, mother, sometimes you just don't need to make a video.
And like, look how heavily he crops these two. He cut off the top of their profile picture, and he doesn't show anything else that's under here if there is anything else.
Yep. But no, I totally agree with this comment. It does loop back. It literally is so woke it looks racist.
Yeah.
Going so woke, it loops back to being racist. Is 4chan down for the day? Come back at 8 p.m.
Yeah, because 4chaners talk about how woke they are. Which, granted, they kind of do, but that's not the reputation they have.
People nowadays where they're just like, oh man, this is so 4chan. It's like, no, I browsed on 4chan maybe one time. And I've seen enough Chan posts. That's not how it talks.
Oh, Kendra died a little bit again.
Not enough. What is it? I was saying, I've only browsed 4chan once, and it was for a VTuber. And then every Chan post I've seen, specific type of feel for how they talk, and it definitely wouldn't be that.
True.
Not enough slurs.
There's like a
to the
maintenance issue,
disabled.
probably. Why do these people always have like anime photos as their profile picture? And it's like if some.
Do you know where Miku is from? Has anybody ever told you where Miku is from? Why do all these people that like Miku happen to have anime profile pictures? I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, a Miku is like an American thing, right? Is that you're an idiot. Thank you, Internet Zen, for the 2 supers. One says, I'm going to come to the defense of DeviantArt here, since that was my stomping ground a long time ago. No, even by DeviantArt standards, that sucks. And then he sends another one, says, as Maverick Hunter Zero said, this punk ass is giving short fat otaku levels of unjustified smugness that pisses people off. Norwegian Miku is harder to recognize as Migu, but you can still tell who it is. Also, thank you, Nerdy Text and Accountant, member for 12 months. Says you're going to bed. You have a good sleepy sleep.
Like really skinny anime photo of an anime character, typically an anime girl, and I'm like.
By the way, that guy was Rimaru Tempest. You could be forgiven for mistaking them as a woman if you don't know who they are. However, they're intentionally androgynous because they're a slime. They're not supposed to be male or female. However, I've always been of the opinion they lean more male than female.
Yeah.
The only credibility.
Also, it was a chibi character, so I don't understand why you're trying to be like, oh, why is it always such a little anime girl that's skinny? It was a chibi of Rimaru.
You think these people understand what chibi is? We already got that back into that debate years ago.
True.
That I'm saying.
Was it? So wonder.
The only thing I'm seeing is anime photo, faceless, a pattern of hating, and probably some other questionable tweets.
He says faceless like it's a bad thing. If you were on the internet and you use a real picture of yourself for your profile, you are inherently a tourist to the internet. Because it was taught to us from a very young age, do not post real information about yourself on the internet because that shit is there forever.
Yep. Not only that, but you can't say that as an animation YouTuber.
Yeah.
Or TikToker. You can't say that as an animator. Most of the animators in this space are faceless. You're like one of the exceptions, and it's only because your audience is TikTokers.
It's also really weird that he's like an animation creator and he's bashing people for liking animation. Like, what do you do, dude? Like, what is this weird disconnect of you want people to
Mhm.
like your animation, but if they like other animation, like they shouldn't be taken seriously. Because what
Well,
kind of
then-
asshole likes animation?
Well, you see, that's an anime, and anime fans are degenerates, unlike me, the TikTok animator. Which, TikTok already has that inherent racism towards them. You even browse anything slightly Japanese, you immediately just have either said without slurs, but you could tell they want to say slurs, or racism.
True.
I'm just going to repeat what I've been saying the entire video. I think Twitter just hates fun. I think people really, really hate fun. I think a lot of Twitter users really don't like seeing artists have fun. I think that's all the more reason to have fun. You're responding to people who...
Artist, if your fun requires you to post something to the public, you have to understand that the public is allowed to respond.
Yep.
It always annoys me with people like this. It's like, I don't understand why you're coming to like me. I'm just doing this for myself. It's like, no, you're not doing this for yourself because you're posting it on social media. You're doing it for everybody. You want attention.
Yep.
Are making more money than you in a day while they have fun. Actually, no, I understand why I would also be hateful. If I behaved this way and I had this sort of mindset, I would hate fun. Fair enough.
Also, you're a TikTok animator. You do not make that much money. I have no problem mocking you for that.
Not only that, if we really want to get into that, because I was trying to hold back about mentioning it. So, y'all remember the whole Afro Man controversy that happened a while ago where he was like trying to settle his old lawsuit and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What Cole did was they made an entire animation about how they followed Afro Man and then immediately unfollowed him when they found out, oh, the guy literally dressed as the United States flag might be a little right wing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody needed to see that, but you made a whole animation about it. So apparently, should we really subject you by your same rules? Literally decked out.
Yeah, head to toe in the American flag.
Might love his country too much.
Is the video super low or is he talking too low? No, he's just whispering because he's weird.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, this is all the more reason to market yourself, to create more. Let people be mad. Keep posting your art. Doesn't matter what it looks like. You're having fun. I'm so sorry that not everybody is fitting the description of your anime waifu.
So sorry that not everybody likes your shit art.
So sorry that the anime waifu isn't an anime waifu? What?
Yeah.
Like, listen, she's number one. Miku owns the world for a reason because she's cute and malleable.
Yeah.
That wasn't cute or malleable. I mean, it's malleable in other ways.
Not everybody's privileged enough to have a body pillow at the end of the night.
Oh, they're that type of tourist.
Also, a body pillow like max is $100.
Yeah, no man.
There's nothing wrong with a body pillow, by the way. Body pillows existed before we put dakimakarus on them.
Yeah, not only that, but like body pillows are mostly a meme. Like people do own them, but people mostly own them for the meme. Like people don't do that seriously. Like they sometimes do if it's like a really good design, but it's mostly like for the memes. But you would be a real anime fan if you do that.
I got one sort of as a meme, but I have found out that just having like a body pillow is genuinely just sort of comfortable to sleep with at night.
You might try that.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm a side sleeper, so it just gives me something to kind of like, hang on to.
Oh. No, here's the thing, chat. They're like people do get them, like for the genuine design aspect. But here in the West, at least from my experience in anime, most people got them because they like the design and for the meme of just having a body pillow.
Yeah. I have another body pillow, which I don't have it on an actual pillow because the material it's made out of feels like almost like plastic. I think I got gypped by the company, but the art's really good, and I tried to hang it on the wall, but my hangers were broken, and I can't really figure out a way to hang it without like ripping holes in it, and I don't really want to rip holes in it. But it's from it's Unicorn from Azure Lane. It would look really good on the wall, though. I just have to think of a good spot to like actually put it where it'll stay. It makes it look like a tapestry, sort of, because of the material.
You might be able to get away with probably finding like scrolls and like inserting the little ends into them.
Yeah, I could try that.
With her favorite Vocaloid character, that maybe their waifu was tossing and turning in their sleep and was like,
I feel really misrepresented on Twitter.com today.
I'm so sorry, Miku-chan. We can fix this. Don't worry, I will handle this.
But you don't have the blue check mark, babe. What are you doing? This is so sad.
You're really weird.
You can like Cole says they're a fan of Miku, and like you can be a fan of Miku, but like this isn't somebody who's like a fan of Miku. This is someone who's like adjacent to anime who just knows about Miku. Because anybody who is a Vocaloid fan would know that no Vocaloid fan is a fedora wearing fat Redditor. They're a high school girl with too much free time, like me.
Is this all really because someone didn't like bad fan art? Yeah, pretty much.
This family's falling apart.
No, babe, I got this.
What did you say? Did you fend for me?
Yes, waifu, I did. In fact, I said I'm the fun police. I don't like fun, and I hate, and I love hate.
If it was like one sentence, I might give him some like leeway, but he is stretching this out so long. This is like bizarre secondhand waifu cuck fantasy. Like it's like so weird.
It was like it's like cringe, but now it's just a funny type cringe, and only I'm laughing.
Yeah. For me, it's just kind of uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's uncomfortable. It's just I'm the only one laughing because Cole's probably not laughing.
And everybody flipped and clapped. Where would I be without people who just...
Actually, him doing this runs in nicely to the next video. Trust me, you'll know when we get there.
Oh no.
Hey, you know what I mean? I think it's funny because the more happy you are and the more fun you have, the more hate you attract. They're like a light to a moth. They can't help themselves. They're like losing control. They start itching. They start getting hives. God, my life, my day, my weekend. Sorry, I just got like a really quick wave of like empathy. Like, damn, I don't think these people have friends. You know, I got a quick wave of that. But then I asked myself quickly, like within the second of this wave of emotion of empathy, I was like, would I be their friend? And I don't think I would. No, I would not. Not everybody's hopeless, unless you choose to be. Well, unless you're this guy. Unless you're this person on Twitter that's saying, oh, I love to hate. I mean, I also think I realize that I get along with people who give a shit about what comes out of their mouth.
So you must not be very close friends with yourself. Because you're just kind of like ranting like a maniac at this point.
This is the result of the TikTokification of the internet, not short form content ruining and brainwriting people to the masses. People thinking that they because they made shorts that they can make good videos. Yeah. This is a very big lie that's been spread among us these past 5 years.
I give a shit about people who spread good, who knows that what they speak comes back. This shares no resemblance to Miku. It doesn't have to, and that's okay. I think sometimes what I realize on social media is there's this subsection or sector of human that is like, I don't like the way this is. I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way this makes me feel. I don't like. Never, ever will you ever see them say, I don't like the way I'm acting. Oh.
You made an entire video about how much you don't like them. Like, it's always like this inherent hypocrisy to it, where it's like, I have to make a huge video about how much I do not like this, how much I do not like not liking things.
This is why you have to have a script.
It's too
It's
much
okay,
accountability.
bro.
That would warrant therapy. That would warrant self-reflection. That would warrant accountability. And that's just too much for the average person. God. Or too much for the entitled person. If you don't see any resemblance, then make it. If you have time to complain, then create something. Damn.
You are really fucking weird. Anyways, that's his whole video there. I'm not playing through whatever his like garbage hitter at the end is.
Yeah. Wishing there's a reason why. Sometimes he would have an opinion, and then other times it would be missed. And it got to the point where it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Nirami instead. No hate, but just
Thank you, Danny K. Says money for alcohol to help with the cringe. Thank you, Noah Desu, for the treat at 5 joules and the 6-7 at 6-7 joules. And Internet Zen, Twitter is an anime profile pick neighborhood. This tourist is not wanted. And then another one that says, empathy, did we just find black iDubbbz? So surprisingly, this kind of runs into the last video for the night. Okay. Injury requires time. Man has the mannerisms of a TikTok wine mom. I could see that. He's just... I don't know what it is, right? So I think some of you will probably get this when I say it. But it feels uncomfortable watching him. Like, it feels like... I'm trying to think of the right words without saying something defamatory or too mean. But it's one of those people when you watch him, no matter what he says, it kind of feels like he's doing something wrong. Also, thank you. It says, I gift Unk Alert just for you, Mizu. I appreciate your Unk Alert. Gay son or thought daughter. Fight or flight. It is a bit like fight or flight. It sounds like a weirdo hurt the other weirdos don't like him. It's also just in general a bad video because he kept looping. I think he said the exact same sentence, like word for word, like 4 or 5 times. Thank you, Internet Zen. Too much for the entitled person. That's rich coming from the guy living in New York City. TikTok was a person. This is what I imagine them to be. Yeah, Mizu, it feels very off watching the dude. Oh, Tim, thank you for the raid over on Twitch. And possibly YouTube. Because I know you guys do YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube too. Thank you. We're waiting for Kinders to get back. You guys are lucky. You just missed the really uncomfortable person we watched. Who made me feel like very unsettled. While we wait for Kendra, let me see if I can find this really quick for you guys. Is there a good picture of the second half of it? So guys, I have been playing a game called Mortal Shell 2. And I found this weapon in it the other day, which is 2 katanas. And the character holds one forward and one backwards. And chat's probably like, why are you telling me about 2 katanas? Every game has katanas. It's a thing. Well, they don't just have a katana. It's called an axe-tana. And it's called an axe-tana because it transforms into this, which very clearly makes a lot of sense. I don't really know how it goes together, but it just apparently goes together and it converts into an axe. I got it last night, and I genuinely think it's just such a funny weapon.
Blade sword. Flex.
So how was your trip, Kendra?
Good. People were trying to eat, and I already gave you dinner.
Fair. So the last one we have is called Gatekeeping is Dumb, which we've covered similar videos before.
As the smartest man on the planet, sometimes I present ideas the world isn't ready for. A few months ago, I made a video where I briefly talked about my opinion on gatekeeping. And if you don't know what gatekeeping is, it's basically where members of a community try to screen out newcomers whom they feel are not true fans of whatever it is that they enjoy. The idea of this is to protect the community from those who want to change what they like and preserve the integrity of the medium from outside influence. And gatekeeping has become increasingly popular as more people feel like the things they love have come under attack.
Okay, good so far. How are you gonna fuck this up? Like, right, Kendra, he's got it correct. Gatekeeping is when fans of a thing prevent bad people from entering their community to fuck it up.
Yep.
And I said that I disagreed with this. In the video, I said that I found gatekeeping to be a little silly and pointless, and that in many ways, making a community more exclusive can have a more negative impact than a positive one. And
I saw you sneak past that, brother.
You can't say it. You can't pull up that chart if you say, "Oh, well, this chart." My problem is when people pull up that stupid chart, is they're like, "I hate it."
This one.
Yes. The problem is they see this and they're like, this chart is dumb. And so they'll exclude people who agree with this chart. So therefore, you are still gatekeeping. You're just gatekeeping in the other direction.
Yeah. I was trying to get this one.
Can have a more negative impact than
that one.
Why are we including the guy? Why are we including him? He's funny. Your video is probably going to not be funny. I'm talking about the guy in the center.
Malcolm Xenox?
Mm-hmm. No. The guy in the center of the thumbnail. He actually makes really good skits.
Oh, I don't know who he is, honestly. I have to look him up.
Positive one. And a lot of people did not like.
This guy's definition of gatekeeping makes it seem like he's the one who needs to be checked at the gates. This guy's opinion on gatekeeping is naive at best. Totally disagree with you on one point. Your gatekeeping takes. It's the lack of gatekeeping in the past that resulted in the total destruction of so many beautiful things. Yeah, that's accurate.
Here's the thing. There's a different. Again, I've said this before. A great example of gatekeeping that actually didn't destroy anything was when Trigun was revived. Everybody respected the old fans, respected the new fans to the best of their abilities. And everybody was able to celebrate the fan art, the re-releases, and the anime for what it was. That's a good example of gatekeeping while still keeping the integrity.
Yeah.
What people do when they go into Dragon Ball and choose just not, what is it? Even like hours ago, people were talking about, well, I like Dragon Ball, but like you don't have to watch the episode 1. Just skip the episode of Z. And it's like, no?
Yeah.
But because this was only about a 3-minute segment of a 20-minute video, I wanted to revisit the conversation, since I think it deserves more nuance and discussion than what I covered in that video. But before I get into that,
By the way, I replied to this while I was at work, and he immediately replied back to me with a skull emoji.
What is it? I don't respect. Okay.
I'll point out the part
no,
when we get to it, by the way, which is the part that I took issue with specifically.
All right.
As you were saying.
Oh no! Somebody pointed out they didn't like Stargazer or Stampede. No. Here's the thing: Stargazer and Stampede were all right, but it just renewed interest in people going back to reading the manga and the '90s anime, and that's all that mattered.
True.
broke college student, there were plenty of times I needed some extra cash.
So I'm only leaving in the start of his ad read because I want you guys to know what his ad is. Because surprisingly, almost all the comments on his video are about his ad read.
Whether it was to go out with friends, get some gas, or even just wanting to splurge a little bit. It sucked not being able to do things because I just needed a few extra dollars. And if you've ever been there before, then you might want to check out
Huh?
Everybody is pointing out that this is a scam organization. It's just called Free Cash.
Is this a rip-off offshoot of Cash App?
Everybody in his comments. Apparently this isn't the first time he's taken a sponsorship from them either. Because all of his comments are like, bro, please stop doing the free cash ads. They're a known scam. Almost all of his comments are like, please stop the free cash ads. Chat, I'll move my head down for just a second. It just says cash. The name of the app is literally Free Cash.
Well, we know what room temperature IQ this video is going to be in.
We'll skip ahead because, you know what? Let's learn about Free Cash and let's see if it just sounds like a scam from the ad read alone.
Free Cash. Free Cash is an app for iOS and Android where you can sign up for free and make money online just by playing mobile games. This is not a get-rich-quick app. Rewards are limited and won't replace a salary. And rewards vary by user, offer, and country. It's got a rating of 4.6 stars with over 290,000 reviews on Trustpilot as well. All you've got to do is open the app, pick out a game that looks interesting, and play it to start earning your money. Just make sure you have app tracking enabled so Free Cash can check your progress. As soon as I opened the app, I decided to try out Monopoly Go, and in about 20 minutes, I earned $20 just from playing the game. You can also do in-app purchases to speed up your progress, and Free Cash will actually give you cash back for that via bonus rewards.
How do we feel about this ad?
The icon literally looks like a variant of the Cash App icon. Oh my god.
So chat, there's a couple of apps in the past that have done something like this, and the strategies change depending on the app. One of the biggest ways they get you is, and there's a YouTuber that covers this, is a lot of the highest payout games require you to literally play either thousands of hours or spend hundreds of dollars. And it just, because like the actual requirements in order to get the payout are so ridiculously high that you basically, by the time you get it, you might as well have just gone and got a real fucking job. It's like a gacha game. It's kind of worse than a gacha game because it's promising you're paid.
This would be like getting into a gacha game because of a character, but you have to play like 50 levels to even get that character, and then you have to still spin the gacha and not get that character.
Yeah.
It's never my intent to misrepresent people or their opinion.
I want to put it to you this way, chat. I wouldn't according to this app, I would make more money playing a game through their app than I would doing an entire Twitch sponsorship for a game if I got 70 people to sign up for the game. And that's supposed to be a real sponsorship. That you should immediately alert you like, huh, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound right.
For one, I feel like it's fairly obvious that sometimes I exaggerate things just for jokes. But two, I do everything here myself. I write the videos, record them, and edit them all on my own. So sometimes, just because I don't mention something directly, doesn't mean I omit it on purpose. I just can't have every one of my videos be an hour long. That being said, I have spent the past few months actually having conversations with people about my take in that video. Because while I'm sure some people might want to assume I'm some kind of unreasonable guy, I actually do make videos not with the intent to be right, but to start a conversation. I'm just not really going to entertain the people saying mean things to me just because I see it differently.
I kind of called you out on a take you made in this video, and you literally just replied to me with a skull emoji.
I'm sensitive. You guys know this. The thing is, I don't even disagree with most of you. I do know how frustrating it can be to have people taking over something you enjoy and turning it into something you no longer enjoy. Or to feel like you're forced out of a community you were once a part of by people who joined later than you. I also think with the continued progression of things like AI, it's more important now than ever to hold members of the community accountable and preserve the integrity of these spaces too. I
like to point out that his first instance of, I understand why we need to gatekeep, because AI is a thing. Nothing else. The first...
The AI is like bottom tier gatekeep. What is... Wait. Also, if anything, the music industry is like the perfect example of gatekeeping done
Exactly.
right. Because in order to actually get anything off the ground, or even cover a song, you have to fight with basically the entire music industry's legal system, and you will always lose.
Thank you, Noir. This guy doesn't look like Afro Man. We need more Afro men and less New York City in relation to the last video. Internet Zen says, gatekeeping is dumb. Oh, damn. Now I need the extra heavy liquor. Pray for my liver, chat. Thank you, Devastator, for 10. Gatekeeping? Hold my beer.
I know LARPing is a thing a lot of people complain about lately. It seems like any woman with a black t-shirt and jeans is considered a goth girl now. You don't have to have any sort of commitment to something anymore to claim it. And I do agree that that's a problem. I just don't think that gatekeeping is a productive solution. And you may be thinking to yourself,
okay, then what's your solution? I think this is a problem, but actually stopping those people is not a solution. Okay. Then what's your solution if not stop the people making the problem?
Well then, what is the solution, Suburban Will? And I'm glad you asked. I don't know, and I never claimed to know. But I think more conversations like these are how we get there, without resorting to just outright trying to exclude people. It's
like, do you not understand what? Yeah, you go.
No, I'm saying this entire argument flies. Oh, stop gatekeeping, just accept it. And then this is how creeps and weirdos get into those communities. And then all of a sudden it's get these people out of here.
But don't gatekeep
so you do
them.
want gatekeeping. He's like, you do want to gatekeep them. You only want to gate who you hate. That's, oh, I understand now.
Yeah, chat. Kendra cuts out a bit. We're going to have to get her a new microphone. I'll mail her a headset or something. I don't know.
Let's freaking focus right.
Important to maintain our values while also leaving room for creativity and critique. Because to be honest, everyone was a LARPer at some point.
No, they weren't. This is a problem you see with a lot of these arguments. It's like, well, everybody was just bullshitting their way into a community at some point. No, a lot of people saw something that looked really cool and said, wow, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. That's not LARPing.
Kind of have to LARP a little.
You go.
Oh, what I was saying was, if anything, what people used to do, you know, before the TikTokification of everything, was they would go to people who knew it better asked them politely, being like, "Oh, hey, this looks interesting. What is it?" And then the other person just explained it, and it was basically your decision if you want to follow along with it. That's what I did. That's what Mizu did. That's
Yeah.
what everyone's done since the beginning of time. It's just you, bro.
Bit just to get into things. One thing I hear repeated over and over again is people saying stuff like, we used to get bullied for being into these things. Now they're popular and everyone wants to claim it. And sure, maybe you had the confidence to unapologetically be yourself when you were younger. And that's
So he's unironically gonna pull the argument that, no, you don't understand. Those people that shit on you, they were just too scared to like anime unapologetically back in the day. No. That's shut the fuck up and go. Leave.
No.
It wasn't popular, so they didn't care about it. Now it's popular, so they care about it. That's literally the whole short and skinny of it.
Heck, my bullies never even cared about me liking anime. They tried making fun of me just for having friends.
Yeah.
a great thing. As a young black kid in Atlanta who also grew up being into nerdy things, believe me, I was there too. But maybe some kids...
Given this guy's age, no, you weren't. You're just a little bit younger than me, I believe. Even by the time I was leaving high school, anime was already kind of like people weren't bullying you for it.
What is it? I'm assuming the guy is probably around my age. I was never bullied for anime. I was, if anything, I was bullied for being normal.
Yeah.
You were getting bullied for being freaking normal before you were being bullied for liking anime.
Like, my school library literally had a manga section in it. And I'm in like a poor southern town, and we had a manga section in the library. It's probably bigger now.
Was it Kendra has friends? Oh, no. That was my middle school friend group. Please cherish those days, because my school years suck.
weren't so lucky. Maybe they didn't have anyone to share those interests with and just gave up on it. And now, as adults, they want to finally explore these things now that they're a little more normalized. Personally,
yeah, that kind of makes them shitty.
Oh, that number one, that doesn't change the fact that they still bullied and traumatized like other kids who would have had those same interests as them.
Yeah.
You know, we call that jerks.
Like, even assuming really if their interest is genuine, like they really do just genuinely like anime, which I don't believe they do. I believe you're giving them too much credit. I don't believe they do. But you're like, oh, you should forgive them for being a massive asshole to everybody because now they like it. No, I still don't want them here.
Like, they made my life a living hell. Why would I want them in my hobby?
Yeah. That they made my life a living hell for.
I see that as a good thing. I think especially for Gen Z, a lot of us are finding ways.
You are not showing fucking Legos, because Legos have become like so absolutely outpriced for everybody. Like, this set right here is probably like over $100, and it says ages 9 to 14.
Legos were expensive even when I was a kid, even before like they started getting outpriced. Freaking, of course, you had to be like the rich kid to have Legos.
Yeah,
mini ones anyway.
To heal our inner child, the kid who never got to be who they really want to be, or do the things they always wanted to do. It's not cool to keep up the bullying as adults and treat it like justice.
It's not bullying. We're not bullying like random people. Like, we're actively targeting people that treated us like shit and still treat us like shit.
Yep. Or people who, yeah, they're like us, but they've done something terrible and I want you out of here.
Yeah. This is one of the big issues I see with like a lot of these Twitter kind of tourists is they have this idea of, well, I said that I like the same thing as you, so you have to like me now. No, I don't. Lots of people like the same thing at me. This is literally like, you're unironically trying to pull like a, well, yeah, Hitler drank water, but you drank water too, so you have to like the guy. It's such a stupid argument. It doesn't make any sense.
And In fact, it's even lamer now. I remember when I was growing up, there were hardly any toys in the store that reflected my interests. You had to go online and convince your mom to buy you that kind of stuff. But now when I walk through Walmart on my way to get fishing supplies so I can finally catch a 10-pound bass, I pass by the toy section and I see all the cool figures and toys they didn't have when I was a kid. And I think about how good kids these days have it. It might not feel like it sometimes, but it's a good thing that our once niche interests are becoming more accessible.
It's really not, though.
No, it's really, number one, your niche interest hasn't become accessible. All the mainstream stuff became more accessible. Because I'm still having to import like half of the crap I want.
They say, oh no, anime's mainstream now. You mean Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece? Because everything else, we still have to like look online to buy it.
No, I'm like, what is it? Heck, remember Promise Neverland? How that fell off a cliff and then died as soon as the ending just decided to be bad, and everybody proceeded to ditch it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much modern anime culture in a nutshell.
Because maybe more kids will grow up with the confidence to celebrate their interests instead of hiding them. The impact of these things is so much greater than what you see online. One thing I get accused of a lot is straw manning. Suburban, well, you're just making up straw men. No one actually thinks like that. But when it comes to this gatekeeping issue, I've noticed that people seem to be selectively outraged. They pick and choose what they actually want to care about. For example, in January, I brought up how Black cosplayers often face racism when cosplaying characters who are not darker skinned themselves. And in all the comments I've read, conversations I've had, and even reaction videos I've seen, people tend to downplay this issue. People say, oh, well, that's just a few freaks. This doesn't happen often.
Because it really doesn't happen as often as people try and make it out to be.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but I saw some people on like Twitter say it. Okay, people on Twitter say a lot of shit.
Yeah, not only that, but it's like, just ignore them.
Yeah.
Like, I understand they get on your nerves and stuff, but it's like, they called me the N-word. Okay. We call it... Broly, look, niggas be wilding.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is exactly why I brought it up. Any lifelong Black anime fan can tell you that there's countless examples of racism in anime itself, as well as the community.
You can't use okay. Do stuff like this in older anime because they genuinely were going off what America was doing. Like, this is not them being racist. They were like, oh, so this is how Americans draw Black people, so I'm gonna copy that. And then when they, learned that it was racist, they stopped doing it.
Yeah. And it's like, Japan was never doing this because they hated Black people. A lot of these characters were typically portrayed as like very likable or very down-to-earth characters.
He's actually one of the best characters during the Red Ribbon Army arc.
Yeah. Like
Ultra competent too.
They just always do this. So they're like, oh, what about this, this Black character? Like, clearly, this is Japan saying this guy sucks. It's like, no. Like, yeah, you could say it looks racist, but you have to take it from the fact that it was drawn by somebody that had probably literally never seen an actual Black person in their entire life. And the character's good. He's not like walking on screen like, yo, bro, I eat fried chicken and watermelon, and then he domes himself.
Like, a good example is like Tezuka, the guy who made Astro Boy. He made a bunch of racist caricatures because he literally was going off of Disney and all the old media that could get into there. Because remember, we're coming off of World War II. A lot of the elderly hate America. So whatever was in was what they had. And then eventually, when, restrictions became less, they were like, oh, okay, that's racist and bad. And then they changed it. They stopped doing it. And yeah, sometimes they're like, I kind of wish I would have known better. But it's like, they quite literally, again, hated the Americas. So they had to just work with what they worked with. Just like how we had to work with what we worked with. Because guess what? The people in power control our media.
But when these things are brought...
Also, yes, they'll call Japan racist for this, but then turn around and defend Hatsune Lizzo. Like, I can't take you guys seriously. When people show me pictures like him and say this is racist, And then I show them like a picture of fucking Shizzy's VTuber model, and they're like, no, that looks perfect. How am I supposed to take you fucking seriously?
What up? People shrug it off as an isolated incident.
Because it is.
It never gets talked about, and then it happens again.
Okay. That one was literally, what is it?
Just so we're
Number
clear,
one,
Usopp
the
is not
Congo
black. They always put up Usopp for
Yeah.
this. He's literally not black.
So the thing is clearly in the original portrayal, he was not black. However, later down the line, he is technically black because Oda quite literally said Usopp would be from South Africa, not any specific state, just the entire of South Africa.
Also,
Sister
you probably
Crone-
notice a lot of these are old, except for the two in the center here. Because this is Full Metal
Yeah,
Alchemist up
no-
here. This is Soul Eater down here. We obviously have Dragon Ball, One Piece. I admittedly don't know these two up the top left.
That's the top. The top image is Super Gals, and literally the whole point of that.
So that's
is
not
going
even
through
black
Gyaru
people. That's
subculture.
Yaros.
Yes.
Okay,
Sister
so you-
Crone is like debatable because everybody has an exaggerated face in like the Promised Neverland. You can make an argument, but like again, everybody looks like that in Promised Neverland when they get like smug and stuff. I know that one is Shaman King, and even in the remake they corrected his design
this one right
completely. The guy with the banana, yeah.
Yeah.
The One Punch Man, again,
To be fair, his whole posse is freaks because he's also with Puri Puri Prisoner, who is white and has the same lips.
Yeah. Eventually, what is it? I know, like they ended up. His whole gimmick is that he's like ultra tan, and then later on they corrected him as well, just to like steer away from the implication. I think maybe that guy in the top left corner is like. He looks either from like Gantz or Black Lagoon or something. I don't know.
It almost looked like from the second Full Metal Alchemist. Because I almost thought the top left and top right were both Full Metal Alchemist. I know for a fact top right is because he's wearing the State Alchemist uniform. Top left almost looks like it.
I think he might be one of the not homunculi, but like the other transformed, the other like the guy.
Yeah, chat's also
Not
saying
Black
both
Lagoon,
are from
okay.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, okay.
Believe it or not, I've never seen him in Full Metal Alchemist. I recognized it from art style alone.
Yeah. Also, Soul Eater is more of a this is an unfortunate case because we do have other black characters in Soul Eater that just don't look like that. That's just how it is. People just think they can do it because side character.
Yeah. So yeah, like the only two that are even new would be the very center and then the center right. And admittedly, I don't know the story behind the center right, but I will take Kendra's word for it that he's just supposed to be Megatan. I always just didn't see a problem with it because he's normally portrayed like side by side with Puri Prisoner, who is probably a more offensive gay stereotype than anything. But he has the same lips, even though he's a white guy. That just seems like a weird design choice they chose for like his entourage.
Yeah.
And then I would also agree with Kendra on the center one. Like everybody, like she's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's kind of the point.
Like again, you can make the argument, but the problem is by itself, you can make the argument. Comparing Sister Crone to everyone else in Promised Neverland, it's kind of like everybody looks like that. Because there's other black characters in Promised Neverland. It's just Sister Crone who looks like that.
Yeah, these are bad cherry picks. Yeah, no, that's the point. Like some of these are just super old, to which they have the excuse of it is old. They didn't really know any better. And then some of these are just not black people at all.
Yeah.
Also, the top left, like I guess he's complaining about the lips, but his lips really aren't that bad. Like at all.
Like if anything, you could probably call it out for being ashy, but like Full Metal Alchemist.
500 more popos. Yes, 500 more popos.
And sometimes when you
Popo's
do
so
try-
funny because they constantly debate him.
Exactly. He's a fucking genie or Jin.
Yeah.
to bring this up.
They always do that with because there's actually black people in Dragon Ball, but then they get really hung up on Popo and Piccolo.
They get hung up on Popo. It's always back and forth because people really tried throwing Popo in this is blackface until you go into like actual cultural depth and he's a simplified version of a god all that already exists. So they have to they like genuinely have to throw Popo out of the argument because it just turns into a culture battle at that point.
Yeah.
You get hit with the whataboutism. This was also something expressed to me in my conversations with people. You only bring it up because it's a black cosplayer. I bet you won't mention when it happens to white cosplayers. Well, why should I have to?
This is the part I commented on. Where it's like, you wouldn't say it if it was a white cosplayer, and your response isn't, yes, I would say it because it's bad both ways. Your response is, why would I?
The amount of racism I saw once when a white lady cosplayed Casca from Berserk was like everybody collectively was like, all right, guys, setting up the brigades in the comments. We already know where this is gonna go. That was my first introduction to that.
Yeah. So, because Chad asked if I would show my comment on it, I specifically commented on just that. That you wouldn't say it if it was a white cosplayer. Your response isn't yes I would, it's why should I? You made a straw man, then proceeded to lose to your own straw man. How did you manage that? And he just replied with a skull emoji. Literally within the hour, by the way.
His brother is monitoring.
Because when I heard that, that's like genuinely a wild thing to say. Why can't you just say, yes, you shouldn't do it to white cosplayers either?
Yeah.
Are they not the same issue? It's a cosplayer receiving hate over something they can't control. Is the black and white part so important to you that you can't see that I probably feel similarly about both issues?
I don't think you feel similarly about both issues because your answer wasn't, yeah, I would say the same thing. It was, oh, why should I have to say it when it's somebody else? You're dancing around it instead of just saying it.
I understand what he's like saying with obviously I would defend it. But like why would your response be why should I have to?
Yeah. It's such a bizarre answer.
Like you had to actually like think about it and then string those words together. Unlike a black cosplayer where you would be like, "Oh no, that's terrible. Why would you be racist to any of them?" It was, what? Why would I defend them? You already know the answer.
Yeah. It's a way to dance around it because at the end of the day, he's not going to actually defend them. Because I've seen this before where they're like, "Oh, I don't have to say it because I would defend both." Then when it happens the other way, suddenly when people bring it up to them, they're like, "Oh, you already know my opinion on this." And they'll never actually stand up for them and be like, "Hey guys, you need to stop doing this to them."
Here's the thing. That only works when I've seen when I actually could tell from your character or I've seen a string of where you're like, yeah, I would believe that's your answer. Not, why should I have to? You already know my answer.
Again, just because I don't explicitly mention something doesn't mean I'm strawmanning. We don't need to both sides every problem before talking about it. Even I experience this sometimes as a creator. A lot of VTubers react to my videos. And
do they?
Control. Is the black and white part so important to you that you can't see that I probably feel similarly about both issues? Again, just because I don't explicitly mention something doesn't mean I'm strawmanning. We don't need to both sides every problem before talking about it. Even I experience this sometimes as a creator. A lot of
It's just Smugglana.
Yeah. Smugglana. What do you mean a lot of VTubers? It's literally the same VTuber. Also, these are all from over a year ago. Are you hung up on that?
I mean, I guess big creator promoted your stuff.
Don't
I mean, that's
explicitly
cool.
mention something doesn't mean I'm strawmanning. We don't need to
Trying to
both sides
see if I can see the
problem
first
before
one.
talking about it. Even I experience this sometimes as a creator. A lot
Men versus women one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Smugglana. It might not be Smugglana because she has a couple
That is
different. I think that's her though.
That's her fire model, and she goes between her fire and ice model.
of VTubers react to
Oh, well, you got a Kenji one. Congrats. And then one down here.
my
More Damon Rin.
videos. And because, like them,
It looks like it's really just Smugglana though.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Kenji would be on your side because I know what kind of person Kenji is.
I don't show my face. It's not always immediately apparent that I'm black. So sometimes
Yes, it is. I'm gonna do so. There's a bit, right? Have you've seen Hot Diggity Demon before, right?
Yeah.
There's a bit where he's talking to the ghost friend, and he says, "Oh, you're black? You don't sound." And he's like, "What do you mean by that? What do you mean I don't sound black? What does a black voice sound like to you?" While not every voice can be immediately traced to a person, to like a racial person, certain voices can. Like for example, not all gay people sound the same. However, when somebody walks in the room going, "Oh, honey," boom, you're gay.
Yeah, the gay or a theater kid, that's for sure.
In the same way, not all voices sound black. In fact, I have heard some very, very white sounding black people that unironically when I hear them, I picture the fucking nerd emoji in my head. Genuinely. But you sound black. 100%. I can guarantee I can pass your voice to 30 different people. Majority of them will tell you sound black.
Oh, I picked up within 5 seconds.
Yeah. Certain voices just sound black.
I get a creator who really enjoyed my video and said many nice things about me, just for me to go on Twitter and see them saying that anime isn't for black people.
They're not wrong, though. It's made by Japanese for Japanese. They're not saying like it's for white people.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing.
They even say that in like their actual internal documents. It's not even like a private thing. They literally authors have straight up said, "I don't make them for you. I make them for the people here because the people are what pay my bills."
I can't believe this person would think that anime is for the Japanese. Do you know where it comes from?
Like, listen, as much as I would love for an anime to be made for me, and hey, like, if there's like a black character, that'd be pretty cool, but it's not made for me. And I know I'm not going to see a lot of black people, so I'm just not going to set myself up like that, bro.
Exactly.
So I guess I'll be deleting my channel. I bring this up to say that people pick and choose what to get mad about, even when it's the same issue. When it's something important to you, they downplay it. But
you realize this applies to you. You literally just did this with the cosplayer thing.
when it's important to them, it's the biggest thing in the world. Most of the conversations I've had sound like, hey, look at these people being racist to this person. That's a problem. Oh, that's just freaks on Twitter. That's not a real issue.
Yeah.
It is freaks on Twitter. Ignore the freaks on Twitter.
Well, I've talked about this to people before. If you don't want those people to come around, don't give them a reaction. Just block them and move on. Because when you give them a reaction, it tells them it gets under your skin. And that's what they wanted. Also, we will never get over the Tyler, the Creator quote. How is internet bullying a real thing? Just turn off your computer, Lamau.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm do when I'm getting bullied? I monetize it and I make fun of it. You know what other people do when they're getting bullied? They just close Twitter. Just close Twitter if
Yeah.
it's that big of a problem. Remember when this was about
Yeah.
gatekeeping? Yeah, no, he spent 2 minutes on gatekeeping and then spent the rest of it talking about racism. You're not helping the stereotypes. I'm just telling you, brother.
Oh, anime's not for black people, and I'm still here, and my favorite series are forever going to be anime series. I
Yeah.
just moved on. I might leave a snippy comment, but that's about it.
Exactly.
But look at this person with she, her in her bio. They're trying to destroy what I love. But
they are. Like,
what did they say?
They don't understand this. Like, they physically cannot make the connection. The person with she, her in her bio that people are always complaining about, he's somebody that's that's like an actual translator that works for a company, or it's somebody who is actually doing marketing for a Japanese firm. These are people that are actively affecting the community in a detrimental way. The random asshole on Twitter who called you a slur is not in the industry. They are a random asshole on Twitter that has 0 followers.
Yep. It was the same thing happened with that one manga about mixed race. The second the translation dropped, people were really mad because their is racist and making them sound like they're from the ghetto. Get this guy out of here. And then immediately, when somebody else came in with a better translation, they were like, oh, this is so much better. Somehow, nobody got that correlation of this is what translators are doing, because they do this. They don't do it as obvious, but they do it.
Yeah.
We already talked about I turned a friend into a girl. Everyone just conveniently ignores that. You shouldn't. People just don't get it until it affects their communities. Like that one artist that got they got their bank withheld despite making a Yuri game, and it's like you guys don't realize it's gonna affect you. Stop always trying to singling people out. You're no different from the nerds. You're just the other nerd.
Exactly.
also just looks like someone on Twitter. Yeah, but I actually care about this. Not being a part.
No, it's not that they actually care about the other one. It's that those people actually affect things.
Are they saying muted? They're saying muted in chat.
They are saying muted, but I think they might have messed something up because I'm literally sitting here watching it now. I can see the levels. It's fine.
Okay.
Part of a certain group may make you blind to their experience, and it's important to consider that. It's like being like, as a man, I've never experienced misogyny. Like, duh. If you're a fish, being underwater doesn't bother you as much as it would someone else. But if that same person wanted to get rid of the water, you probably have a lot to say about it. Everything we enjoy has room to grow. Sometimes new ideas are presented to start discussion about improving them rather than trying to change them entirely.
No, they're not.
No. Again, I'm in niche spaces. I know what that actually looks like. You're not in those spaces. And even then, the biggest space that I know suffers the most from this is ironically enough.
Yeah.
What do you mean I gotta read from the beginning?
Exactly. This has nothing to do with gatekeeping, by the way. He tried to be like, oh, well, you can't gatekeep stuff because some people are racist. What the fuck does that mean? What? What does that have to do with anything?
No, you see, gatekeep the racist, but don't gatekeep.
It's important for multiple parts of a community to be heard instead of just one. That's how you end up like Marvel Rivals, where all the supports are just unkillable healing turrets so nothing ever dies. People keep saying
Marvel Rivals has always been like that. Like you can sit here, you can cope all you want. Marvel Rivals from the start has always been probably the worst of the hero shooters. It's just fun because everybody is thick as fuck and half naked.
Yeah. Listen, you don't see gameplay. You just see everybody fawning over the characters.
Yeah. Thank you, Internet Zen. I bring up Black Inuyasha cosplayer from back in the 2000s. More anime fans were awestruck to see a black cosplayer and a good cosplayer at that. And he also says, my squigga, the block button is right there. Don't let the Twitter freaks live in your brain. And then thank you, Start Now. I will push back a bit there. Cyberbullying is very real. And if you're a public figure or in the entertainment industry, it can be hard to ignore. I'm still of the opinion just block.
I would argue against that because with an online celebrity, they have enough of like a following where they can just hire guards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas say like the average like small account run by like, I don't know, like a 16-year-old, that's where like cyberbullying is like, brother, what are you doing? They're 16. Stop bullying them.
Well, I had this exact conversation with Merriweather one day where he's like, you don't understand what it's like to have like so many people hating on you. It's like, I might not understand what it's like to have so many people hating on me. Although I would highly disagree with that. I think I've had more people hating on me than Merriweather's had hating on him. However, you also have way more people supporting you. Also, yes, the comic artist. I have both had an interview with Merriweather before and talked with him over DMs. I still kind of think he's a bit of a bitch. He was trying to bitch and moan to me about like, oh, Mizu, why do you hate me so much? And then when I told him I don't hate you and I sent him pictures of the merch of his that I bought, he just stopped messaging me back.
What is it? Kei Arana got canceled though. Here's the thing, Kei Arana, we see mangaka as celebrities, but they're like not celebrities. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason why a lot of these mangaka have to hide their addresses and hide their locations and stuff, because a crazy fan can just not like a plot twist and suddenly you have them knocking on your front door.
Yeah. And then thank you, MyStar64bit. Says, I'm fine with the term opie lolly for short stack since it's a pretty accurate descriptor. Remove the opie from both and it's pretty much the same. It depends. Typically short stacks also have big titties and big asses. But you can make an argument for having one or the other, I think.
I wonder if they'll add Thanos to Marvel Rivals. He's already in the game. He's called Invisible Woman. I'm not trying to sound political or preachy, but I do think it's extremely important for people to be exposed to new ideas. Recently, an artist named
Did you notice he's still making it about AI?
For people to be exposed.
What prompts do you use?
What?
He's still trying to make this about AI for some reason.
This video is all over the place in like 3 different directions with 3 different endings.
Yeah, he's saying that gatekeeping is bad, but you should be gatekeeping AI bros, but also racism.
This is more plot twist than the movie.
To new ideas. Recently, an artist named Slayer dropped a new song sampling Bird Brain, the Kasane Teto song composed by Jamie Page. And as someone who grew up listening to rap music and is both a big fan of underground rap and Vocaloid music, this was one of the coolest collaborations I've seen in a long time. You wouldn't think there'd be so much overlap between these two communities, but I think many people would be surprised to find that a huge chunk of the underground rap scene are just giant nerds. So I thought
No, the underground rap scene just kind of like fucking steals whatever. And I've always had this problem actually with rap because Baby No Money does the same shit too. These are people that don't typically seem to like the music they're sampling at all. They don't ever seem to know anything about it. They're just like, oh, I think it had a good beat, so I just took it.
My thing with it is you do have a lot of like artists that are nerds because there are like genuine nerds in the space, but this is also a critique where everybody also called out that a lot of modern artists are like, oh yeah, no, I love anime, I love and not like the older artists where they're like, yeah, no, I like Evangelion before it was cool, or I liked Gunbuster or something. And then the problem I'm more concerned about is, yeah, there's a lot of nerds that cross over, but was this a product of, oh, he was a fan of Jamie Page and like genuinely sampled them, or did Jamie Page just find out like the day the album dropped and a bunch of her followers messaged her? Because that is a difference. It happened with Amelie too, where she's like, hey, so like I found out I was like in this popular artist album as like a sample. What?
Yeah. Because he says that he sampled the song Bird Brain, but he's like, so it was a big collaboration. No, there's a difference between collaboration and just letting you sample my music. If you're just sampling it, there was no collaboration. I don't know where you're getting collaboration from. You just took it and used it. We didn't collab on anything.
Exactly.
Also, if anybody says they're into Vocaloid and they say their favorite Vocaloid is Teto, they're either bullshitting you or they're like a really old head.
Not only that,
They're
Teto
either
isn't a
super
Vocaloid.
deep in the sauce or they are bullshitting you.
Yeah, not only that, but Teto isn't a Vocaloid. Teto's an Utao.
Yeah.
Utaos are basically Vocaloid, but free.
Yeah. I only say that because people kind of consider her a part of the Vocaloid crew at this point. It's easier to just say she's a Vocaloid.
Yeah. There's a whole thing about that.
But if out of all of the different like Vocaloids, you say it's your favorite's Teto, you are super deep in the sauce, or you are bullshitting because nobody likes Teto. I like
would say
Teto.
this,
Nobody else likes Teto.
here's the thing. Teto is one of those things where it's like, it's like liking Miku. I like Miku. Oh, I found a different Vocaloid. And then back to, I like Miku. For me, my favorite Vocaloid is V-Flower. I like V-Flower. Still like Miku, though. But, like, Teto only really gained popularity recently. Gained popularity again recently. There was just a long gap where just people were like, I like Teto. She exists. And then people started using her again because of her, 10th anniversary.
Chat, you have to understand, there is a reason one of the most popular Teto memes was Miku saying, "Who is that girl?" There is a reason that was one of the most popular Teto memes.
Like, she was more in, like, I would say Teto was more popular in, like, again, older songs, and then just used as a meme for, like, a long... She got, like, her own, like, official, a newer voice bank, and then people started using her again.
Yeah.
But, like, your favorite Vocaloid? Because only, like, again, only EN people started using her recently.
Exactly. It's weird because Hatsune Miku is one of those things where while Miku is also the normie choice for favorite Vocaloid, it's also typically the just main choice for people who actually like Vocaloid. Because Miku does have so much history and so much music behind her.
Yep.
Thank you, Wolfsbane. People are more afraid of you than hating on you, Mizu. I mean, that's fair. Internet Zen says exposed to new stuff, and yet he's hating on AI. That's the thing. You can't say we all need different perspectives and then say, except this thing, we don't need a perspective from those guys.
Yes.
It would be cool to see rap fans exposed to Vocaloid and Vocaloid fans exposed to rap through this.
I don't like it.
No, number one, a Vocaloid fan is not going to get exposed, not going to really want to go into rap music. And I say this as someone who it took a very long time to get into rap and even Vocaloid rap. And I only go to like my two designated like rappers who clearly like Black culture.
Yeah. Well, because we saw this with like Baby No Money when he was doing the Miku sampling stuff. And people were like really pissy with him about it just for like using Miku. Like there's not a lot of crossover.
Oh no, that one's funny because they were like, "Hey, so like we can tell you're using a Miku impersonator," and everybody was like, "No, it's clearly Miku." And it's like, "No, that's a Miku impersonator. You can tell by the way she's enunciating."
I also think on that song he said that he collaborated with Miku, and people are like, "You did not collaborate with Miku. You just you got a lookalike voice bank and just kind of slotted it in."
Yeah, but it's like, oh, you collaborated with Miku. That's not how this works. What producer did you collab with? Because that's how it usually works. And if you didn't and if you did collaborate with a producer, why are you not crediting them?
Unfortunately,
because like in JP, that's it. In JP, it's like super common to like credit.
Exactly. Yeah.
I find myself being too optimistic sometimes.
Also, yeah, chat says, how is one supposed to discover rap when it's shoved down people's throats? Like, if you don't know what rap is, you just don't own a computer at this point. Like, I don't know how somebody would
Yeah.
not know what rap music is. It's not exactly some niche underground subculture. The fucking One Piece opening in America for children was a rap.
Danny Phantom theme.
The Danny Phantom theme was a rap. Like, everybody knows what rap is.
Not only that, but Japanese rap is not the same as American rap. So it's like they were exposed to rap, Japanese rap. You
Yeah.
know, a way to open their broaden their horizons from just standard rap.
Yeah. After Eminem became a thing, you kind of lost the ability to say rap was ever underground or ever would be underground again.
Yup.
And instead, we ended up with a bunch of Vocaloid fans sending hate to Slayer and rap music as a whole, despite Jamie herself being excited to be a part of the project. It sucks.
That doesn't show that like you're a part of the project, though. You guys got to stop like saying this.
Not only that, but here's the thing: a lot of Vocaloid producers, especially in the really just content creators related to anime and the EN sphere in general, will just be nice to you and just not say anything until a problem comes up, and then they start saying everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, she might have been like picked out for it, or he just took it and then she found out and it was like, oh yeah, woohoo! And I like Jamie, but like, I've seen enough of this space to know that some of the Vocaloid producers and Uta and Unite are like absolute pushovers.
Yeah, a lot of them are very passive. Like, the one that did like the Mesugaki Miku thing, and then was like, no, it's not like a Mesugaki thing because everybody got mad at them for it, and they just kind of rolled over, and it's like, no, it's not. Like, yeah, it is.
Oh no, that's even funnier because like everybody, he like made number one, he made an English version of it.
Yeah.
Milked that for months. Everybody credited him. Suddenly, guys, I had an epiphany. I didn't realize that this was related to Mesugaki, and so I unlisted it.
Yeah.
I privated it. And it's like, brother, you still made it. Everybody knows you made it. You can't just take it back.
Don't worry, chat. I will, after the stream, I will send Kendra to the audio mines with Dylan to figure out her microphone problems.
What?
You kind of cut out a lot. We're gonna have to send you to the audio mines.
To see something that so many people were excited for quickly turn into an attack on a genre as a whole online. It's not really about whether you like a certain style of music or not. That's fine. But disrespecting a community as a whole is disappointing. Even other composers like Southtown.
If you didn't know, Miku Beam and Fujo Miku were created by a black man. You think microaggressing and being racist to black artists is acceptable? I truly do not like you.
This is that producer you just talked about.
Yeah.
Again, massive pushover, by the way. He only literally it's that one Conquest meme with like Invincible being like, stop doing that. He said behind a brick wall underground.
Yeah. So I guess the person that made Mesugaki Miku is a black man.
No. That's a different producer. That's new.
Oh, is it?
This guy was, that was a different producer. He made the English version, and then it got popular, and then suddenly I had an epiphany, guys. I'm privating the video.
Also, I'm going to point this out. I really think Miku Beam is kind of really stupid. It's solely funny for Fortnite, and that's it.
It's like Magical Mirai. It's supposed to be like one of those like idol audience chants, and then it just kind of blew up.
Yeah. I never really liked Miku Beam. It's just kind of loud and hurts my ears.
Don't worry, Mizu. It's okay. That's what all the idol otaku fans are for.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the contrarian there. I just genuinely have never liked Miku Beam. It's only funny because I have the Miku skin in Fortnite with it.
Yeah. like I said, what was it? Like I said, it was for like audience chanting and stuff, like your typical idol like cheering and stuff. It was for like I think what is it? Magical Mirai 2024 or 5. It's just something that's just cute.
Yeah.
It going everywhere as fast as it did though, that was unpredictable. Though granted, the audience cheer.
Exactly.
Came out in support of the song. Jamie Page even tweeted she was
Genuinely asking myself how much I want to keep making music for a bunch of racist fucking white TikTok teenagers with no respect or brains. I don't fuck with any of you. Slayer deserves better than this.
Jamie, you're white. I don't understand why white people will be like, oh man, look at these white people. I'm like, brother, that's you.
It's a good thing your music is good, because otherwise I would not listen to any of it. I hate when people do this.
That's why I don't go on Jamie's Twitter.
because of this. Fortunately, she changed her mind.
Okay, what did she say? Why'd you skim past that so
no
fast?
longer making Teto songs because of this. Fortunately,
after sleeping on it, I actually think I need to start using Teto even more. That's my girl. I owe her my career and my life. Because of her, I got to DJ on the other side of the world. I got to befriend her voice provider, for God's sakes. I won't ever cede that. I'd like to point out that you have done all of that. You're a massive Teto fan. You literally are famous for making music for Teto. And you were going to give it up because some random fucking child on TikTok said a slur. Do you not, like, realize how bad that makes you look?
Was it white, like Middle East white? No, I mean white. Like white woman, white.
Who's Jamie P? They have a Teto song that got really popular called Bird Brain. I've actually played it before stream before.
If you've ever listened to Moe Shop and you've ever heard the song Love Taste, there you go.
I will admit, though, that her only song I particularly liked is Bird Brain.
Yeah.
Actually, as far as like Teto songs go, I kind of prefer Rage Bait more. However, that also means I will never be going to Zen's Twitter because I don't want to risk it.
Yeah. Was it Love Taste Sounds Dirty? Oh yeah, no, that was the popular Yandere song back in the day.
Exactly. How do you know who this person is? It really is just the one song. Granted, I actually really like Bird Brain, like a lot.
she changed her mind because gatekeeping doesn't solve this issue. Making things more exclusive doesn't solve this issue. I didn't even know that Sawtown himself was black.
And that's the problem, right? And that's why a lot of this exists, is you guys are like obsessed with fucking race. That was never a thing back in the day. Nobody cared what race you were. It was assumed you were an anime character on the internet.
Yep. Not only that, the reason why you probably didn't know that Sawtone was black is because a lot of these newer producers are just new. The closest producer we had in the EN space that had a little bit of a foot is Ghost and Pals. And currently they're going through a mental bender, so we don't talk about them right now. Of course, like, the new people are going to be like, I didn't know that you were black, because, like, they've only been around within the last, like, 3 years.
Exactly.
Because it shouldn't really matter. Because something like Vocaloid, rap, and music as a whole is for everyone. I'm certain that there's someone out there just like me.
Even for racists? And apparently not AI bros, because you've taken shots at them twice in relation to music.
Me, who's into Vocaloid, but doesn't have anyone to talk to about it. It may be Slayer and Jamie Page opened the door for that person to express their interests more openly. And as a creator, this is what making art is all about. New and creative ideas should bring people together. People get so bitter over what they feel they've lost that they don't realize how much more they can still give. If you don't agree with...
See, even in your own straw man in the background here.
Open the door for that
This is somebody that's allegedly curious
person to
about
express their
Vocaloid.
interests more openly. And as a creator,
So this person comes
is what
over.
making art is all about. New and creative ideas should bring.
They try to explain what Teto is. They're trying to actually get them invested in the community.
People together. People get so bitter over what they feel they've lost that they.
And then the person, here, I'll move myself so you can see it. Their fictional person says, just show me some banger songs. This is literally the kind of people you want to gatekeep out. These are people that do not give a shit about your community. They do not give a shit about like the history of your community. They just like the aesthetic of it. They like how the music sounds and they like how it looks. They really could care less about what it actually is.
This also doubles because of using the like Utauloid and like Vocaloid thing as like an example. Utau is free. If you get someone into like Vocaloid and they're like, oh, well, how do these people do that? You are like, the first thing people do is they recommend you use Utauloid. Number one, because it's free. And number two, because it's accessible, because anybody can make an Utau. Anybody like all across the world can make their own Utau in their own language. And like, that's important to know because say this person wants to like write music or anything, they could use Utau, grow with the program, grow their own vocal experience because that's commonly happens a lot in the JP sphere. And then suddenly your friends or you end up helping someone become a better musician because they were able to get into the ins and outs of this thing. Not show me some bangers. I like your community aesthetic. Oh, you like this more? That's kind of nerdy, bro.
Yeah. It's so dumb. Like, even in your straw man, you're providing the exact kind of person that deserves to be gate kept out. And thank you, Internet Zen says, once again, white people are literally the invincible meme when it comes to hurling slurs at people. What we've lost, that's the point. That's why you gatekeep, to keep from losing more.
Yep.
Don't realize how much more they can still give. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. But I do think my perspective is one worth considering. And
I have considered it and I have found it wanting.
in all of my videos, I say that the one thing it seems everyone wants is a sense of community. And I wholeheartedly believe that. So everything I say is in service of that idea. To me, we lose more than we gain when we gatekeep. So I prefer to challenge myself and others.
You haven't actually told us anything we lose. Like, at all. But if we don't let everybody in, we won't have all these new ideas. Yeah, well, a lot of these new ideas fucking suck.
Yeah.
Here's I think something that a lot of people fundamentally forgot. Because a lot of us, when we grew up in school, we were told everybody is special, everybody has a special way that they think, and everybody has a special opinion to give. And everybody was always told that. Everyone's special, everybody has a special way to think, and everybody's opinion is valid. You know what I grew up with? I grew up with the idea that opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and a majority of them stink. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, you can bring in 1 million people, all with brand new opinions of how to do things. Factually speaking, almost all of them are going to suck. And then you're going to have to deal with a community of people that won't shut up about their stupid opinions.
I'm going to tell you an exact sentence my own radio host teacher said at one point. You can get as many opinions as you want. You don't have to listen to all of them.
Exactly.
To find a better way. That's all. Thanks for watching the video.
The problem is you haven't provided a better way. You have said unrestricted gatekeeping is a problem. It brings in a whole bunch of really shitty people that don't belong there. But I don't have a solution for it, so I'm just going to say fuck it and let everybody in.
Except the racist.
And the AI
and the people.
It's, you don't understand. Like, what problems you're causing. And a lot of them don't seem to understand what problems they're causing, or maybe they do, and they just don't care that they're causing problems.
Care until it affects them, which ironically enough is exactly what he called out in the video.
That's another thing he didn't even provide an answer. He kind of said that he wasn't going to because he didn't have one. That's his whole thing. Anyways, chat. I hope you like the torture I brought you guys tonight. I'm glad to do these and to get some of my ranting out about some of the bullshit that's all over the community. So, what do you think, Kendra? How's the last one?
I dislike people that go into Vocaloid and are like, you listen, I don't have to listen to you. This is why I only listen to the music. I can just pretend to not hear you.
Fair.
Chat,
for tonight, I'm going to send you off to Zuzu, who it says she's playing a Fire Red Leaf Green ROM, but it looks like she may be playing one that's based on Fire Emblem. So I hope you guys have fun over there. And then over on Twitch, she's currently streaming on Twitch, so I will also raid you to her on Twitch. Actually on Twitch, it does look like it's legitimately Fire Red Leaf Green. So, be good for her. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you all later. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, real quick, thank you, Internet Zen. For anyone who's putting this on millennials, this wasn't on our education. This was 2010's education. Millennial education still had the, yes, there are stupid questions mindset. And thank you, Devastator, for the exactly. Night, guys.
Sweet.